Howdy, howdy for everybody just coming in. Wow, Marty's having a good night. Hold on a second. There we are. Howdy, Growing Hudson. Sorry, I'm trying to get a couple of details fixed before we get too heavy into it. I didn't even know it was going to go out tonight. So, anyway, howdy, howdy. Thank you for stopping in. Will, what's up, buddy? Man, it's been a freaking long day. How's it going, Will? How's everything popping up over there? I know Growing Hudson got all kind of good things going on over there. It's been a crazy, crazy day here. Probably going to be really loud in the background for a little while. We got pepper seeds on the towels, Will, but ain't nothing cracking yet. I think they've been on there for maybe 3-4 days. No heat mat yet. I know they're slow, but I need them to be a little bit slower, so I'm not even sure if I'll turn the heat mat on. I probably will. Everything's great over here at Growing Hudson. Thank you very much. Just getting ready to start popping off. Lazy. Not lazy, just behind. We still got to put up fence around the main garden or the Omega garden down in the pasture, the new space. We still haven't did that yet. And there's bunnies galore. They're in the yard 24/7 here, so we're gonna have to do it pretty soon because we already got stuff planted in there. Man, I probably sound stuffy. We went on a little trip yesterday and slept in a camper. Got up early this morning and went out on the lake. I kept telling everybody it's going to be cold this morning. That boat ride's going to be cold. It was colder than what I thought it was going to be. Little sprays come up hitting you in the face. Woo. Yep, that's how it is, Will. Busy. Man, I got dye. Man, you're making those soft plastics, the dyes that come with that stuff, it's crazy. Crazy strong. Denatured alcohol, everything will take that stuff off. It's cool how it works, though. Which hopefully we get to stretch this live out long enough. I'll start talking about some of that. But I think the boat ride got my nose stopped up this morning. Well, we got, let's see, I don't have everything started yet. I kind of went in reverse. I should have got the super hot started first, but we just got the jalapenos, habaneros, some great pepperoncinis, poblano, cubaneros, You know, all the stuff that's not really that hot. Well, the habanero is just about the hottest out of all those. We got them started, but we have them setting on an LED where it's somewhere around 72, maybe in the bag. I like to push my peppers around 80, 81 degrees, but I'm letting them slow. The tomatoes we planted at the same time is already in little pods with green leaves on them. We did them pretty much the same time we did the peppers, about 4 days ago. And it may not get busy tonight, y'all, because we didn't advertise. Like I said, we didn't even know we was actually going to go. But we skipped a few Saturdays. So, Angie, hey, thank you for coming in. Sure, I promise you can ask. I promise you can ask anything. I'm not sure if I want to answer everything. Nah, I'm just picking with you. Go ahead, ask away. Get in the bed. You did away with the Cornish, didn't you, Will? You got some Freedom Rangers or Red Rangers? Yeah, and you never know around here. It's like sometimes me and Bobby both plan on going live, but she don't come in. Sometimes it's just her for a while. Never know with Marley. Plus today was hectic. We ain't even been home long. Yeah, it don't take long, man. Like even with your little pity pellets, before you know it, you lift up and look on the bottom. You already got roots coming out and spinning around. They get going pretty quick. I think the fastest ones we had was the Mega Marlies. They popped in 24 hours again. Had little tiny shoots on them. I left them in there for a little while longer, but they already had to be put in soil. I did that when we got home tonight, right before I ate and then started a live stream. Most of our people is probably watching the championship game right now, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the commercial, and we're supposed to be doing 1,000 sub giveaway. I think we're already at 1050 or something, so we're kind of late on that too. But I just don't want to sporadically do it. Want to plan it out because we got a bunch of stuff to give away, including a bunch of bait and stuff. So we'll have some outdoor channels in here too. Yeah, I sure have. I know a few people that did it in different ways. A friend of mine, when we lived in Wilmington, closer to the beach, he used sand and what is it? Amy from Craig's Family Homestead was just starting to do it again. She was making videos on it. Sand and seed holes, rice holes. That's what it was. I think it was brown rice holes. But anyway, he used that and seed, a sand to start a seed. Karen, how you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Look at Nightbot finally coming in. Yeah, it's Carolina and Duke. I think it's the game. To us, every time they play, it's championship. You know how it is. Big rivalry, you know. Joy Bless Life. I was just watching y'all. Happy birthday, by the way, Joy. You and Donnie seemed like y'all was having a whole lot of fun eating that cake. It looked good too. Bring you one in here.
How's your stuff sitting on it?
Yeah, I ain't even trying to work on it. But yeah, that's what it is, Will. Carolina and Duke. I think it is. I know Jules and Arkansas Woodcutter. A lot of people's big in the sports while watching at least the basketball game. So, but it's been like, I think it's been 2 weeks since we've even attempted to do a live. And the more busy it gets outside, the less we probably will do on the live, but we'll be dropping more videos. Sorry about that compound.
Happy birthday, Joy! Today's Joy's birthday. Come on.
Holy crap, that chair. And Jules. I just texted him happy birthday.
Who?
Jules, Jamie,
His birthday's Tuesday, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know how it is
Yeah, show
around
him
here.
some love.
If you don't, especially with me, I don't do it while I remember it, I'll forget it. Red, what's going on?
I have it on my calendar and still forget because the alarm will go off and then I won't hit nothing and then it'll be hours later before I remember it.
Thank y'all for dropping in. Thank you, thank you.
Can you?
Yeah, that
I'm
bag
gonna
is
fall.
so aggravating. Oh, you really are, ain't you?
Sorry, y'all. Coming in hot. All right.
As usual.
I got a black shirt on. I'm okay, right? I
Yeah.
got our garden.
Yeah, but it's
blues.
got green. They can't see the green.
Well, yeah, they
It's
can't
just
see the
black
green,
and
but whatever.
scratchy for the green screen.
Hello, hello, hello. Whew, I ate too much food.
17 hours. Well, we just left for a couple days.
Hey,
and,
James. Had Happy Graham's garden.
Spent the night in the camper.
It is.
Took a couple
basketball
days
big
off
here.
and went fishing. Well, I went fishing. She didn't.
No,
She
no.
hung out and
Live in Minnesota.
made cotton
outdoors.
candy and all the other stuff with the kids. So,
Yes.
and then we just
Cotton candy,
hung
which
out.
I might add was pretty good from just normal sugar.
Yeah, then we eat. We had to eat, and then we loaded up all the crap. And we took Beast with us this time, so it was so much.
He gets on his
more
nerves.
work.
He's whatever for me.
Like he constantly whines from the time
He's
he
a
gets in the
dog.
car to where we get to it. Once in a while, he'll take a break.
Oh, poor Red.
But every time you get to a stoplight or you stop at a store, he thinks we're there wherever we're going.
And I'm pretty
he
sure there
starts
were
going
girls in heat in the neighborhood because he's just a silly dog. We were gonna breed him and I wanted to get a girl off of
Howdy,
him,
happy
but
cans.
I don't know that we're gonna be able to. I'm just about to ready to get him snipped. So he'll.
I'm ready to snip something.
Hey, Anti.
That whiny stuff's got to go. What's up, bro?
I always
Thank
pull
you for
for
coming in.
Carolina, but I'm just I don't have enough time to sit down to watch a basketball game.
Yeah, we couldn't get interested anyway. Our little
No.
monkey would be climbing up the walls.
Yes. So, or she usually just gets him on my face like
Yeah,
a.
our
I wear
neighborhood's
her
got
like
a big get together going on now. They're eating and watching the game
Daddy's
over
over
there. Yeah.
So, but I'm all Carolina. I'm Carolina blue. That's my colors.
Yeah.
I ain't no.
Well,
Duke.
I mean, if we're going against Duke, who else you gonna
Carolina's
go for?
always my favorite. Carolina's got a. Oh, William likes Duke though.
Yeah, Williams always liked Duke.
Yeah. Hello, William.
So it's always been fun giving him
Big
crap
five.
for it.
Yeah, we always have a rivalry, and most of the time in the Super Bowl, if it's not one of our football teams, we pick a team usually and against each other just so we can talk smack to each other. So it's fun, but it's not like a necessity, like the bare necessities.
Oh crap! I got my scroll wheel.
You about me to throw up?
Hey, I know. I'm bad for that. Well, Bobby said, "Hey," but I didn't.
did.
Hey, James, thank you for coming in, bro. We got
I am so freaking
so
full.
late. Like I literally just slid the screen across and flicked the light on and just sat down.
Yeah.
And no title, no description. Just hit. I just clicked go live.
We didn't even know if we were gonna go live till like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but we need to a lot more, and
Yeah.
we know we do. But it's just
Right now, everybody's fighting allergies. Marley sounds like bad, and then Hemi, they both have a touch of asthma. Hemi's is a lot worse than Marley, so they're having to do their inhalers every 4 and taking medicines. And mine's been acting up stupid. We went to spend the night with my sister, and we slept out in the camper, and I'm just coming of that age where you have night sweats and freeze to death at the same time. So I think that's getting on to me a little bit. And it was warm in the camper. It felt so good. Actually, I slept better in the camper than I done my own
I slept
bed.
good.
So what's been going on with everybody? Dun dun dun.
Let me see.
Who else's birthday has it?
Yeah, I can toss a link. I forgot about that too.
My throat is sore. You said birthday to Jamie, right? And then Voonchild had a birthday. I just had a birthday.
What's up, Brandy? You ain't late. Come on in.
Not long ago, a couple weeks ago, I think. My brain is so fried. Oh my gosh.
It's just
Hey,
casual,
Randy.
y'all. We ain't got nothing planned.
No.
We was going to talk a little bit about our giveaway, the 1,000 sub thing.
Yes, ma'am,
But,
Karen. It is a mess. I have to take what is it? Take Flonase. That helps pretty good, and then I take Claritin once a day. But I think I can't take Zyrtec. It makes me sleepy. I might try some Allegra. See if that ain't a little bit better.
But I noticed like it's bad, not like occurring just as bad or worse as always is, but the way they're affecting the kids is way worse than it used to be in the past.
Oh my gosh, Red.
We did that in Tennessee.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Will, what you been canning? Red, it is so easy to do. We did that in Tennessee one time, and because we had went.
We don't get mad. Do your thing, Bubba.
Sorry, my nose is running. We had went to Pigeon Forge like right after the wildfires had stopped. It was like maybe a few months after they had stopped, so they had massive
Tennessee,
detours
one of my favorite states, by the way. I love to go
everywhere, and we wound up in some that movie Wrong Turn. It was like that type of situation. Listen, we were on the side of the mountain. We had to get out of the car to make sure there was an actual
walk to the
road
side of the road and look down to make
because
sure there was a real road there, because it was like a cliff.
GPS is shoot. And listen, when I say like there's a house here and there's a house here and this one little tiny road where there is absolutely nowhere you could actually turn around. Like there's a drop off here and then there's just an embankment here, and then every few hundred feet there were houses, and it was like there were no curtains in the houses and things like that. It was scary. Even the kids were scared. Like we were sitting up and I was like, oh God, we're gonna die. And then out of nowhere we get to the very end of it and we're right at the interstate, getting on the interstate.
I've never been on a road that long in my life, seriously.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Happy Grands, that movie is a trip.
We are like 2,600 right now is how many we have.
I have
for the current 12-month period. We're like, it's not exactly 2,600. I think we're like 25, 80, 90, something like that.
No.
A little behind on watch hours.
You have not. But I'm interested in what beet sugar is. I've never heard of it. Well, I mean, I'm sure you do it from beets. And I'm going to tell you, the birds got in some of my beets to go, and probably going to have to replant some of them and then put a bird net over the top of them because
we had a pretty good cold period too for like 2 days, and they was like,
oh no, them hussies landed up in my wagon.
Yeah,
they sure did. I had to go out there and
they built it a little bit,
smack them off. Not smack them, but just scare them off.
It ain't no big deal. I don't have no problem, especially with Avenger or Merlins.
Yeah,
I mean they'll come up pretty easy from the
sugar beets. No, but that does sound good. I like pickled beets.
Dude, this is like this dirt road. There was 2 houses, maybe 3 on the whole thing.
It was scary.
I can't tell you. I know that thing had to be at least 55, 60 miles long.
We do irrigation, Happy Grand.
One little bitty where you'd have to pull over in a ditch for another car if it come through. That's what she was so worried about.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's crazy, bro. I never been on one like that.
So Happy Grand said, just wondering how y'all water your veggies, hose pipe irrigation or sprinklers. Hey, Amy.
Underground drip tape irrigation.
How are you, my darling?
With a 2-gallon injector tank.
Yes.
For emergencies only, because we like to feed our plants compost. But
yeah,
not everybody's perfect. And weather ain't perfect.
How are you doing?
What's going on? And look at there.
I said hey to Amy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. So sorry, Amy.
Amy has been killing it.
You can give me what for in the group cake.
She did a lot of planting today.
Rolling on.
I was checking. It might have been yesterday. Forgive me. I was trying.
Her and Mark has been wide open.
They have. Seriously. They have been doing an amazing job. And Jules and Boone. They all have.
Yep, they've been kicking.
They've been killing it. Super proud of our little gardening group. I think she did potatoes today, right, Amy? It was like a whole mess of potatoes. Whole lot of them. I'm excited to see how everybody's stuff turns out.
All right, well, then thank y'all for coming in.
Yep.
Obsessive Gardener, I forgot to say hello to you.
I got a little chilly. No, I think you did say hey to him.
Did I? Well, I just did again. I don't think I did. I know you did.
I did. I tried to greet everyone.
But Happy Grand, that is the best way so far, especially for tomatoes.
For us that we have found.
Underground, yeah. And it's not.
That's awesome, Will.
It sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not, because we're barely below the wood chips, because we like to use 6 to 12 inches of wood chips over top of the compost. So we're just pulling them back with the rake, and This year, now last year we dug them 3 inches below the surface of the soil and then put chips on it. But this year, because we have 2 big gardens to do now, we just put it under the wood chips. As long as you got a good UV ray, we pretty much don't have to deal with a whole lot of weeds. And then the weed seeds depleted by the chickens, but though that's the best move we've made
Hey,
for
Miss
water.
Cindy, how are you doing, honey? Yes, we are obsessive gardener. We are in front of green screen. I thought you did beets, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I was like, I think she did beets too, but I can't remember. Half the time I don't get to have my phone because when Marley has meltdowns, that's usually the thing that does calm her down and repetitive stuff, and so she keeps it a whole lot of times. And if she doesn't have it, Hendrix is doing some kind of something on it. So did you say hi to Miss Cindy? I think I did. I might have said it in my head, but
I think Cindy just
I think
came
I said
in.
it out loud. I don't remember.
She just came in. She hasn't been in here. So hey, Cindy, what's up? Another new garden guru.
Oh wow!
Thank you for
That's
your
awesome. Hold on. Woo, red. Probably won't be walking tomorrow as well as Travis. Like house cooler filled with 800 pounds of beef. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. You gonna can a lot of it, Rand? Oh my God,
you.
Red. Sorry.
It's like $1. We put it together for like $1.
Ow, sorry.
The more light,
Sorry.
really light. Just the one thing that counts. We got like a big shop light behind.
Yes. Because if not, it's just a big view of my bed and a blank wall. I mean, not that that's a bad thing, but I still want to see everybody see my bed. Anyway, I'm weird. So.
Well, the whole bedroom is a bed because it's like the big king.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Bluegrass Bound. Hey, how are you doing? Sorry, it just went bing right in my eyes. We were just
first time in live stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Red said, "Yep, I'll be canning like mad." Oh, girl, I bet
it won't be long because
I love canning, and you know what? Canning meat is pretty awesome too because it's just I'm getting better at it, and I like it because if I'm hungry, I can just go pop something and throw something together in like a casserole, which is like the easiest thing to put together, especially if you got company. And just go throw canned foods and something and go on about it. You know how it used to be. Hey, Prep for Eternity. We are doing well. Trying to. Got the allergy bug going around in the house. Well, not you. It's not even a bug. It's allergies, but
yeah.
It's hitting us hard this year. Hitting us hard. But you know, the other day when I went out to get in the car, my whole car was yellow instead of red, so it's probably a good reason. Good reason why. It's going like crazy.
Yeah, you hit the cars with the air hose and you could see yellow clouds poof.
Yeah.
Like last year.
It is. I think every year as I get older, my allergies get worse because I do not remember having these issues as a child. I just remember going outside and playing all day from the sun up to the sundown. Never had no issues with allergies. And the older I get, I'm like, oh my gosh. And my grandmother has terrible allergies. And, you know, we lived with her some. When I was a teenager, and you could even spray, like her allergies were so bad you could even spray like perfume in the house because even if you were in the other end of the house, she would be able to smell it and she'd be sneezing for a full week after having to take Benadryl every 5 minutes. Oh yeah, pollen time is it. Dun, dun, dun.
I'll make sure it's in here. James, I'm excited about the little future adventure.
Oh.
And thank you for joining the team, Bub. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're excited to see where it goes. Dun, dun, dun. And Jeff and Sean, I'm not sure if they're in here or they watch it on replay. Got your order. Going to be shipping that out probably on Monday because our post office is not open tomorrow.
Yeah, but he was
same with us, Red. Same with us. He like when we first got together, but he smoked a lot. Oh, he smoked cigarettes when we got together too. We both did. We both smoked.
Like 2008.
And then since you stopped smoking, like what did we stop? Hendrix. I want to say 2015.
We was in a cabin when we quit. A Hendricks
No, we were not.
Because that's when you started the pen vape.
We lived in Flat Rock then, and it was Hemi was little. I think it was like 2015, and we've been smoke free since. And he lost a lot of his allergies since, so he doesn't smoke anymore.
Yeah.
I'm that way now.
And we don't vape anymore either. We just use it to quit smoking.
Yeah.
It was like a couple of months we used it just for flavor with 0 nicotine. And it was like, wow, we're no nicotine at all. We could just
Thank you, Randy.
So we quit.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Amy, it's funny you said that. I have a client and I love her so much. And but she has the little machines that poof the spray stuff out. I think they're Glade spray thingies. Anyway, she's got one, and it smells. It makes me so mad because it smells so good. It's magnolias, I think, magnolias and birch or something.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it does not. Every time I'm in there, I start sneezing, and she's like, "Are you getting sick again?" I'm like, "No, baby, I'm not getting sick. It is your air freshener. It's the smell." She said, "Why don't you cut that thing off?" I said, by the time it hits me, I don't ever remember. I was like, and it's your house, you're allowed to spray and do whatever you want to do in it. I'm just here
Thank you
to help you. Growing with Hudson, it was a definite shock thing. And I started, like I said, it was just spending so much money on them, and they were like $5 a pack here at that time. We were both smoking about a pack a day. So
we was rolling our own with the little machines and everything.
Yeah.
It
was a lot. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just save some money. So I bought a pen vape. And I kept reading and said, if you go 24 hours, you got it. And then you go another 24 hours, you're good. And then just take it in 24-hour strides. I was like, you know what? And I'm really stubborn. Oh my God, I'm like the most stubborn, hard-headed person ever. And I don't like to not be able to succeed at something. So I just used that to my advantage. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And nobody's going to tell me I can't. So I did it. I took the thing, and then I made it like a whole week. And I was like, you know what? I've got this. It's not as hard now. And Michael's like, it was like late at night one night. And he's like, I need a pack of cigarettes. I was like, if you want a pack of cigarettes, you're going to have to go get them. I'm not. I've got a vape here. Use it. Just use it overnight, right? Overnight. And you'll be good. You make
she was
through the
stubborn,
night.
and she was like, if you could just go 24 hours. I was like, man, maybe, because like she quit way before I did, and by using the vape.
I hate
the
that
little
red
pen. So
yeah,
I was stubborn. I finally did the 24 hours, and it was hard after that. But she was like, okay, if I did yesterday, I can do today. And the pen did help. And eventually we opened up our own vape store and started making juice. It was pretty successful till they came out with all these $1 million fines per flavor for having them all tested and all that stuff.
But we did stop, and we were able to go off with the vapes too. We stayed on the vapes a lot longer.
It was a lot longer after we quit smoking.
We didn't have any nicotine on it.
Yeah, it was just for flavor. And I was like, this is stupid. We might as well just quit this too.
It was just more of habit. Like, you just did it out of habit.
Right. But
I mean, it helped.
The vaping definitely made it possible. But
it really is, Cindy. But now, like, when you're around somebody that does smoke, it's so much stronger.
You have no idea how bad you smell when you smoke.
Because people that don't smoke say it doesn't bother them. Like, it's not a big deal. But people that have smoked, I guess your nose becomes clear of a lot of things.
We actually apologized to people later after we quit smoking, and then smelled how everybody else was when they smoked in their house. We was like, God, we have no idea we smelled like that.
And you don't. When you smoke, you have no idea. I didn't. I didn't know I smelled like a cigarette all the time, but I did.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
But it's not as hard. Like, I don't tell, if you want to smoke, that's your prerogative, keep going, whatever. But it'd be great if you stopped.
What's going on?
But I'm not going to, think bad of you because you do smoke. That's just not what I'm here for. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not preaching. So, just saying.
But if I can do it, anybody can, because I was really bad. Stubborn.
All the time you see him and me was a cigarette. And I just was like, I don't want to do that no more. So we didn't.
If y'all know Glenn and Chuck, I sure would like to watch Chuck. He's great personality, funny to watch. I like to catch his live stream.
If you need help quitting, I'll be more than happy to be your coach, though, because I can stick my foot up in his butt.
She might drive you to smoking. You're like, oh my God.
Possibly. That is quite possibly true as well. Quite possibly. That's funny. That is funny. No, I'm just saying that was our journey. Everybody else's is different. That's awesome, Cindy. That is awesome. Listen, my grandmother quit smoking, and we all begged her to go back to smoking because at the time we were like young.
Now that's a real person doing it cold turkey with no.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Twin Brook Acres.
Like I said, I'm not sure I could have did it without the vaping crap.
Yes, that's awesome, Amy. Great job. Oh my goodness, Miss Red. Yes, ma'am. You're gonna have to quit. I'll be your quit buddy. Anytime you need a kick in the behind, you just give me a call. I'll be happy to tell you how better.
Rick, what's up, Rick?
It's a thing.
I learned a lot watching your syrup video when Jules.
Cold turkey is not for me. Oof. That's rough stuff, man.
Yeah, that's a shock to the system, especially caffeine and nicotine's two things is supposed to be the shock.
Yeah. Caffeine is just as bad.
Yeah, that's still my caffeine.
That's good for you guys. I'm so happy to see all these people that said they used to smoke and don't anymore. That's awesome. And for those that do, whatever, like I said, that's awesome. Oh, I'm stuck in this chair.
You're gonna be stuck on the floor in a minute.
Hey, Creekside Maples.
What's going on, y'all?
Why is this chair broke? Did you put me in a chair that's broke? Listen.
Ain't you proud of me? I ain't called you Mike in so long. Do what?
We've not had a live stream in a while, have we?
It's been 3 weeks, I guess. I think we missed 3 Saturdays. Maybe, I want to say 2. I don't know. Maybe it's 2.
So has it been since I had a concussion?
We haven't did one since I did the painting, so it's had to been like 2 or 3 weeks.
Story time, y'all. It's going to be long. So, and I'm
the shovel?
Yes.
Well, I think we talked about it in our last live stream, I think.
Did we?
I think. Yeah, we released the video, but you thought I was going to release it where you got bunked in the head by him.
Yeah, you didn't tell anybody, though.
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I did our group chat. I don't think I told anybody.
Yes. Okay. Well, goodness. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you for dropping in.
So we were doing compost.
Try to catch y'all all the time.
Doing compost, and Hemi was working with me, and it was my fault. Let's see. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
That's funny. It is absolutely it is. There's some smells that I can smell and it'll take me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's this one scent. I don't even know what kind of perfume is, but it is a perfume because very rare people have actually wore it. But I had this Spanish teacher, Miss Flores, and she wore this one perfume, and it was kind of loud when we were kids, but it just resonates with that's her scent. Like she just had this, and it wasn't a bad scent. I think it was like I don't even know if it was perfume. It could have been like herbs and stuff that she cooked with. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, I just went off on a whole different tangent. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Hello, Miss Idaho Garden Girl, Miss Stephanie.
Howdy.
Dun, dun, dun. Our chickens is gone crazy. So we had.
Yeah, but they do put themselves up every night.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about that. But they're in their own little.
Good, super duper good.
Set up. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
you can hear a rooster in there making sure everybody goes to bed. You can hear
that's
flapping.
The difference. They don't bother me as bad anymore because Dad smokes. He won't smoke in the house, like in the open areas where the kids are. Hey, Terry.
Right, Chuck. If you're going down the road, you can tell 5 cars ahead of you somebody's smoking.
Yes, Amy. So the picture, the goose egg that I sent in chat, that was a concussion on the head, the noggin. I kept a headache for 2.5 weeks after that, and
She's gonna be like red.
So yeah.
Yeah, she was going forward and he was coming backwards as hard as he could with that.
Yeah. I know I should have moved, but yes, Miss Cindy, you are correct. You are. And
yeah, and it makes
I don't know what the fashion
worse.
is with that. I really don't, because there's a lot of people that don't even like. You can't smell cigarette smoke on them at all, but they have almost drowned themselves in cologne or perfume. It's like they must not.
And it just
have
mixes
a good,
together. It don't
yeah,
mask it.
they must not have a good sense of smell or something, because
It makes it really bad.
it's, yeah, I've
For
had
me,
coughing
it's worse.
fits in Walmart before because people's perfume is, or cologne is, I think cologne's just so thick anyway. And it's just some that he can wear because it's just so thick.
Yeah, like
that
Dracar or
Axe
something
stuff,
like that. Something really light.
Axe, they have to go outside and spray because it will mess me up. It's just thick and heavy, and it just sticks to everything. I don't know, just weird. Anyway,
You notice how you walk by some people in public, you walk by them, and then just a few seconds later, their scent hits you.
you told me that once before.
Strong.
I'm gonna have to.
Like I take a bath.
I have to get that. You have to keep reminding me because I keep forgetting. My brain is just mushed for the
There's
past.
some garden information. No, I meant.
Ooh, that's rough. Mine came from the London. Listen, I'm not even gonna lie. I've probably had more than my fair share of concussions. Not even from dangerous things though, just from banging my head into stuff. Like we have a beam in the bottom of the house going into the basement, and I have no doubt almost knocked myself out with that thing. Like
I've seen her do that. That looked
times.
so painful the last time she did it. Golly.
Yeah, it knocked
the whole
me on
house shook.
Yeah, it knocked. Daddy come outside and scared him half to death. He didn't know what it was. I've done that. I got knocked in the head with the shovel, and then last week I hit my head on the bar on the zero turn mower out there. And then last night I rolled my ankle and fell off the side of the daggone camper at my sister's house. She said she was laughing. She was on her freaking belly laughing. She was like, all I seen was your feet go in the air. Tussy. Oh my gosh. I've not heard that word in a long time. Wow.
Yeah.
Brute is for me. Brute was my uncle's. I don't know why they felt the need to drown themselves in that when I was a child. But yeah, Brute aftershave.
Yeah, mine was Irish Spring. My grandma used to pack the bathroom with cases. I mean, they bought it by the boxes. Now it just sunk into the walls and stuff.
Miss Cindy's a baddie. She used to race watercrafts.
I hear you.
That's awesome. Yes, Miss Amy. What was it Mo told me one time? I just needed to put a GoPro on myself. So last weekend my sister was down here and I was in the garden. I was feeding the chickens and doing the water and stuff. And we have, it's not even a high garden, fence up in the top garden, and it maybe goes to my knees, but like the older I get, my legs are just not working as well as my brain is telling me to.
Wham.
Hey, Glenn and April. So Marley was climbing the tree out in the pasture because I like to let my children be a little feral, and that's how they learn and stuff like that. Well, she jumped out of the tree and skinned her little leg up. Well, the way she was screaming, I thought she really got hurt. Well, here it goes in midair. I was trying to jump the fence and missed the entire fence, and I landed on my legs. That's how everything goes. And then just a minute ago, I was going in the kitchen and I tripped over that stupid baby gate, and the cord on the thingy room, the vacuum cleaner, and busted my knuckle on the daggone bar chair. Oh God. Okay, go back up, cause Miss Red.
There you go, Terry. I left it on. So.
Oh, Miss Stephanie. Good grief.
Y'all know how we do it. We got mods, but I left the exclamation shout on. So if
she's doing it.
If you do the exclamation shout, Nightbot will put your channel up for you.
It's funny you said that, Miss Cindy. We had our brooder outside, and it got rained that the baby chickens were in, and it had the shavings, and it had a little bit of their chicken feed in there, and it has already started growing wheat out of the chicken feed inside water, no less.
But it's still got this much water in it.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, what is growing
you just
out?
type in exclamation shout and give it a few minutes. Nightbot's slow, but he'll go grab your channel, post it for you, and people.
That's awesome.
I'm sure everybody knows everybody, but if you don't, you know the deal.
Or Idaho Garden Girl. It didn't get her, but it did Bluegrass Band.
Yeah, you just have to give him a second or do it again, because It's kind of, we all have now night. We all know how night body is. They're a little slow.
Yeah.
And they don't work very good, especially for us.
Dun, dun,
He's been known
dun.
to kick people out of chat.
Do we have any mods in chat? If there
Hold on, let's
are,
look over and
City Girl Country Heart.
Yeah,
I cannot see
do.
her.
Amy is.
I cannot see her comments. Will you
Red is.
copy
Will
and
is.
paste her comments in the chat so that we can see them?
Anti needs to be.
Because Marley doesn't have. Marley has my phone. So. Dun, dun, dun. Go back down because I can't see where we're at. We're getting chat.
And Rick should be. And we're still on Top Chat on Yahoo. Okay, I'll go back to stream.
We do not use Yahoo.
No, it's been a long time.
What?
A very long time.
For what?
Since we've used Yahoo.
Oh yeah, Lord, years. Crazy is in here. Huh? No, I haven't actually, Will. I haven't grown any, but I wouldn't mind not growing it.
I will email you. It's really good.
Oh, thank you, Miss Amy. I don't know if it's working for everybody. I think it's going.
Yeah, he's a little spazzy. He'll catch up. And if not, just keep it. Don't bother us. We won't, get mad at you for spamming.
No.
He'll get it eventually.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get another laptop so I can go in here and just do the
I'm lazy.
Why?
I don't know, huh? I'm gonna let Nightbot do it. That's
why I turned
that's
on the
Miss
function.
Amy.
Randy. Dun, dun, dun.
And I think I still have it on.
Thank
You can type in weather and in your state, and he'll come and he'll try to post your local weather.
Why are we so
That's pretty funny to watch, huh?
blurry?
Because it was a rush stream. I don't have the lights right.
Okay. Well, I don't ever look at myself when we're doing it. I just look at chat, so I don't know. I don't ever look at our faces on there much. So try not to look at myself as screwy. What was that off of?
No, we ain't really grown it. We'll ever not wheat, but we did accidentally this time.
It would be cool. I want to get to start growing some stuff for making our own.
Oh, if y'all want to come up and chat, I'll drop a link right quick.
Yep. I think you have to give it a minute,
come hang out.
And then after it shouts out the Lazy Acres just did theirs. After theirs, then somebody else can go. But if everybody's doing it at one time, I think it kind of glitches it out, which is not
he's slow. He'll try to get it, but if he don't, he don't. I mess with him all the time. He's caused us enough grief.
Yeah. Matter of fact, thank you.
Let me try this one.
Well, listen, Terry, it's been a lifelong thing.
See if it'll do it. I don't know. Let's try it.
Plant some wheat this fall. It's one of the few things the farmers grow here without irrigation. I think they grow it here without irrigation.
You guys, weather in North Carolina, partly cloudy. So you don't even have to type your state. Just type in the abbreviation correctly and it'll work.
The what?
Abbreviation correctly. I got ginger chew in my mouth. I found some new candy. It's 100% ginger. I don't know where we get it from. The Amish store or somewhere?
Yeah, I got it from Shiloh up here.
But it's
a ginger chew. It's dehydrated
100% natural. It's dehydrated ginger, but of course thanks to our green screen or our new house, you won't be able to see it. But gosh, it's really good for 100% natural with no sugar.
Just send me a PM. I think we're on Facebook. She said, "Oh, let's see." Cindy said, "The best life wheat doesn't need a lot of water." I don't think that's wheat though. I think it's grass growing out of the thing because it looks like grass. Maybe.
Honey, I don't have grass seed and chicken feed. It's wheat.
Oh. There's Miss Terry.
Boom, there we are. What's up, man? How you doing? Possibly you don't get to see you in chat.
Oh, I know. I don't know why he does that still. Oh, Lord. It's in my wall.
Idaho's clear.
How's everybody there, Miss Terry?
Good. My son he bought a fishing pole from one of his good friends' uncle. And the guy asked him if he wanted to go night fishing. So he comes in, "Mom, can I go fishing?" I said, "When?" "Now." I said, "What?"
What are they fishing for? Catfish.
I have no idea. Probably brim.
That's my favorite time to go. I love night fishing.
I haven't. I haven't been night fishing since I was 18. It's been a long time.
I went one time, and it was the one time I didn't know like there was the moon wasn't even out. It was so dark outside, and I bird nested like the first 5 seconds of being there because I couldn't judge the water because I couldn't see it.
You know, you slap the water really hard.
Yep.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, what did y'all even bring me here for? Like, this is terrible.
She said, what am I supposed to do? I said, put the rod up. Ain't no more fishing. We can't get it out tonight.
Yeah.
It kept on going.
Yep.
Fun. Bass fishing is
When you can see and the moon's out, they knew the pond. They knew where to walk. They knew where to go. I had no idea. And I was like, this sucks. But night bass fishing is when they hit topwater in the evening in the summertime.
Oh man, especially when they quail it all the way up to the bank and decide to hit it before you lift up on it and splash water in your face. It's crazy, man.
But the last time I went night fishing was up in Michigan, and one of the rivers up there.
Rick, look at that. That's something I would do.
Mars. Oh my goodness. But because it was during the summer, it was middle of August, and you could see the northern lights. It was. Sitting there because on one part of the river there's a boat ramp, and I'd lay on the ground and I'd be casting down, watching the northern lights, laying on my back.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Check and see, please.
Red, it's been longer for me.
I've
been about 30 for me.
I was pregnant with Hendrix.
Yeah.
You probably would, Red.
But I went today, finally. Got to keep going and testing those lures.
This man is a heavy-ass sleeper. Trying to get Darren to wake up. It's like trying to wake up the dead. He can be a heavy sleeper sometimes.
You need a way to text him the smell of coffee.
I can message him and text him and call him. He wakes up easier sometimes when I'm calling him on a video chat, and then there's times I could be you waking up for 2-3 hours, and he's not hearing a damn thing. Not hearing a thing. But yeah, we're all doing good here. This Thursday I do my second driving with the instructor. I gotta get driving time between this time and whenever the next time is, because if all goes well, come August I'll be getting a vehicle, and early September I'll be getting my license. I can't wait. I truly can't wait.
Then it's NASCAR training school, right?
No, my son would love to do that. Antonio would love to do that. But he said for my first time driving, when I drove with him a couple weeks ago, the instructor said I did great.
That's awesome.
He goes, you do better than some of these other adults I get. They haven't driven before, so.
Sorry.
I don't even have a mustache, but I don't have one.
I'm out of the frame here.
Are you? Yeah, you need to start over.
You know, Bobby Dean, you're not supposed to be trying to break everything with your head.
What the?
Or the chair. Or the furniture.
What happened? Oh, here, let's do this.
What's happened?
What happened? What happened, Bobby? There we go.
You're funny.
So where's Boone tonight?
Probably watching the game.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's Chase's hat?
I don't know
Where's Chase's hat?
Yeah.
Well, you're
Can
already
you say hey to Miss Terry?
No.
Nope.
Hi.
Nope, not today.
That's fine.
Honey, I don't know.
Where's Chase's hat?
I don't know. You'll have to. I don't know where it's at.
Mom, go find it.
Oh.
So how many elderberry plants did you guys propagate?
We only did one big plant. That was
Okay.
another plant. And then off of that, we got like 60.
Oh,
We wound
wow.
up keeping like 35. Because when we first got our elderberry stars, they came from Jules. He gave us 6, so I gave him 6 back. He already had some established from when he got me some. He got his own, right? But I think they're still doing good, but he wanted to try them in a more sunny place. So he got some back from me, but he didn't use all 6 of them. So he gave them the Boone sister. You know, the Garden Guru thing. He spotted it
Yeah.
out. Everybody got some. And then we did put them on the seed table. They grew out of house and home and just started growing too fast. Some of them was too root bound. We wound up putting, I think, like 30 in the garden, 2 rows of 15.
Was that all? Yeah, and then we got a couple more going in back in pots.
But we already still got our 6 going from our first originals. So now we have 2 generations of elderberry here already. So
well, let's see. 2 years ago, I was sent, 6 or 8 cuttings? My friend Henry bought cuttings from Broussard Homestead. And I got them April 1st that year. I put them in a 1-gallon container and let them grow in that till fall. I had 4 cuttings survive, and I planted them out in my raised bed next to my herb garden. And back in 2018, because my very first video was talking about planting elderberry cuttings, and my friend Patrick from Breakaway Homestead sent me. Only one of those cuttings survived, and it's doing really good this year. It's grown. It's got new shoots coming up, and I counted all of them that I have out here so far. Of the 5, I've got a side plant on 1, and I think another side plant on 2 others. Oh, I can't hear you, Michael.
I'm sorry. But good night, Will. Thank you, bro, for coming in. Stay safe in the storm. Appreciate it, bro.
Have a good night, growing the Hudson. Hey, Twin Brooks.
Thank you for coming in. We'll see you in your next one.
Cindy's place. Have a good evening.
Night, Cindy's place.
Ooh, good luck on safe travels tomorrow. Much love to you too.
So hopefully when Darren comes this fall, I'll be driving up. I'm hoping. I know my son goes, Mom, when Darren comes back, can I drive to the airport to get him? I said, we'll see. Because he's had his permit since November. And he does driving school starting the 23rd. And then he's got to do his driving things with the instructor between now and November.
Do the Scooby-Doo laugh. Randy wants to know if you can tell that story without using your hands.
Me? Who's he talking to?
I think he's talking to Terry. I'm not sure.
I talk a lot with my hands. I spent 20 years with an Italian. I talk a lot with my hands.
I talk a lot with my whole body because Michael almost gets my all the time. When it's just
it happens. It's a woman thing, I swear. And I know men that can talk a woman and out hand gesture them.
Oh wait, before you go in, take a bait out of there so we can show the labels.
Okay.
Lure, sorry.
Hold on.
Before checks out. I think he was the one asking last. Maybe he was not. We was because somebody was asking about the name of the lure company that we're doing, and we didn't even talk about it much.
Okay.
I was going to where everything was at least halfway chaotic, where you can make some sense out of it. And it was still in the making anyway. So anyway, so we got it all complete. I think here you go, Anti. I think that they'll show up in the green screen anyway. That's it.
Nightbreed.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the logo. And then it just has the website and the hashtag.
Okay.
So that's the logo. We got a commercial coming up. And James from Cranking and Yanking has joined the team.
Yes.
He's got a discount. We call them pro staffers. He's got a discount code, and
if you go through his channel and use the code, you get 10% off your first purchase.
Yeah,
So-
and I'm still building a lot of stock because unlike, and you guys can, I just not me just talking crap. You guys can research it. If you Google it, like the hand poured baits are softer, they feel more real, they're harder to produce, but that's how we do it. So each and every piece is hand poured.
Yeah.
They're not injected through machine, or even you can hand inject them, but we don't even do that. Everything we do is in open molds. That's why they feel the way they do. So
yeah, they're pretty great stuff. I've used them.
they're awesome, but it takes a while to do them. There's nothing you're ever going to get hooked up on like with a bigger company and mass produce it, unless of course they buy the label, the ID, and do it themselves. You just won't be able to keep up with hand pour.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are some of the best you can get. Yeah.
I may have to get some for my son and let him try it out.
Okay.
And we'll be doing some new stuff, creating more molds and doing new types right now. And we don't have a crawfish or a frog right now, and that's two some of our favorite things to fish with, especially crawfish. But
I like them.
Yeah.
we got a commercial coming up. I think I'm just going to wait until James. We sent him some promo packs. Plus, he bought some anyway.
Yeah.
He was really impressed with what we was doing over there, so he got some too. We're going to wait for him to come out with some videos because we know we're going to catch fish on him anyway. James can fish like a fool, so we're going to let him probably send us a couple of clips and pictures, and I'll probably just make a whole new video.
Yeah.
But we already got a small commercial in private waiting to be released. But I wanted to get the website
There are two
done.
more people that we've got to send out to. John Colby.
Mikey.
Yeah, that's it.
Mike Turner said, I call him Mikey because one of my best friends is Mikey. I can't help it.
Mike Turner.
Yeah, Mike Turner is his name. It's 7. Oh gosh, what is it? 712.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey Turner 712 catfishing.
Gooseberries.
John Oler Outdoors.
What is a gooseberry?
And Kyle from Dark Turkey.
Yeah, I was going to say. No, give me a second. Let me think of the address.
Dark 30 and after 5 is we kind of get mixed up sometimes.
Hey, Miss Patty. Miss Patty just
Man,
had a birthday.
She's everywhere tonight.
Miss Patty just had
And
a
it
birthday
was good.
Too, so happy birthday to you again, Miss Patty.
The Brian, Bobby's brother-in-law, our brother, this is the same thing we're doing with James. He's going to be like kind of a pro staffer.
Yeah.
We had to go out today and test. We did find some spots in the lake though, ma'ams. It was like 62 degrees. But they ain't even really started to push up yet. Like, they ain't even moved the leaves out. They ain't even got up on the beds yet. So,
it was actually frost advisory for this morning.
Yeah, it was cold, man, but it was fun because we wanted to test
it up there.
Yeah, now I'm done with the frost advisories. But I told, let me get my ring. I told Michael this year, I said, this year we're not going to put everything out and lose it so early this year. I'm waiting for the last possible second to put it out.
Our chickens is usually out of the garden by at least January, and they're still out there. We ain't got composted wood chips down, so
yeah,
we're behind on everything anyway. So maybe it'll help us this time. We won't lose everything if we have a late hard freeze because we'll just be getting stuff out. But
last year, I jumped the gun last year. We were just excited to grow, and
then we didn't know everything was going to do so good in the house.
Yeah, so we just did it. We got stuff going in the house, but we haven't put a whole lot outside yet. So
that's my biggest thing right now because I'm still waiting on some information before I can start the application process for Darren's K1 fiance visa and all that craziness. Mm-hmm. Not knowing when he can move over here. It's like, do I do a garden? Do I try growing anything in the ground? Do I do it in containers? It's like this fall. All my herb plants and all my elderberry plants, they're getting dug up and going into containers.
Right.
Because I ain't leaving them here. I'm taking them with me. I wish I could take my peach tree, my plum tree, but I can't. But I'm going to be trying air layering some of the stems this week because my peach tree is loaded with little peaches. My plum tree, I haven't seen any plum starts at all yet.
Yeah.
Some of my berry plants, they're starting to get flowers, which I can't wait for that. Oh, I cannot wait for that.
Right.
I want my pink lemonade blueberries to come out and give me some this year. I know I may not get a lot, but I want some because they are delicious.
Yeah. Do we have any? We've got two different types of blueberry. I got them from. Where did you guys? I didn't get them. You and him got them. Where'd you get them from?
What?
The blueberry plants.
Dun, 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 I think Lowe's. It was
And
Lowe's.
I'm pretty sure they were dead before we ever got them home. That's awesome.
Gurneys.com. That's where I got my pink lemonades from.
Absolutely.
And they're doing great. Because it's that pink blueberry, and they're really good. They're absolutely delicious. And I will say the plants will put out the blueberries prolifically.
Yeah.
So I can't wait.
Well,
that's better than normal. Usually it's a really tight squeeze if we ever beat Duke. That's why everybody in North Carolina hates them so bad, because it's always the tightest game. And right when we think we're going to win, poof, one shot.
Did you plant anything in it, Mamsie? Mamsie said, should I till where I planted last year? I didn't till in the fall. I was just curious on y'all's opinion.
I would. Well, it just depends, Mamsie, on like what you're going to do with it. But we do no till. Like after we till our spot one time, we use compost wood chips over and over again, you know. But if you're not doing any kind of, yeah, I would. I mean, if it's compacted and it's really, but you don't have to if it feels good.
Yeah.
Because you can't till too much. But you know, if you're doing perma, I wouldn't. We almost did this year. It's been quite a few years, like maybe 3 up here.
Yeah.
And one side is just where the chickens has compacted it down, and then, you know, fall rain is like a brick. And we almost was going to, but we didn't. Because eventually wood chips will just soften it back out anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't gonna hurt nothing. Now there is such thing as the overtill on a plot, but it takes a few years. But I mean, if you want to, and you won't, you know, it's going to break your fingers, or if you don't like the way it feels, you can do it, man. And you can always adjust the tillage anyway.
Yeah.
So you don't have to dig too deep. But if you're going to throw compost, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you want to incorporate it in the soil too. So, I mean, that way your soil don't have memory and you're not really going to hurt it too much, even if you do overtill.
Ours was rocky too. It's a lot of red dirt was in it when we first started, and a lot of rocks. Good grief. We got what, like 10 or 15 5-gallon buckets of rocks out of our garden when we first started.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Red said she bought her blueberry plants from North Farms. Is that local, Red, close to where you're at? Because I might could drive up that far. I don't think we have a very good nursery around here. I know Jamie does, that he goes to. He's got a good nursery up there where he is, but I just don't think we have one that's actually close here that I know of. But that's not saying.
I got one right down the road
around here. Everybody. Do you? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute, like 3 to 5 minute drive, depending on which way you go. But I can walk down there. I'm walking down there this week with my garden, and I may get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I always do when I go in there.
Well, last time I went, I bought 2 big trays of. I had tomato plants, pepper plants. I had a whole bunch. It was 2 big trays. It was like $45.
Yeah,
but I could get more in my wagon, and I may get myself in trouble. And it's like not knowing where we're moving to next year, because we won't be in this house. We'll be moving out of here next year. I'm going through things. I'm boxing things up, and they're going to start going to storage. So all I have to do is get it out of storage. I don't have to do that last minute packing.
That's awesome, Steph. Bobby's been wanting to figs. She's been wanting to do figs.
Figs are delicious. My neighbors. I'm going to get a picture of my neighbor's fig tree this year. It's huge. It's got to be at least 30 feet high by 30 feet wide. It's huge. He goes, I'm trimming it way back this fall. He's got blackberry vines trying to take over it. He's got wild muscadine vines trying to take over it. He goes, I'm trimming it all back this fall. I said, can I get cuttings? He goes, you can get all the cuttings you want. So you better believe Mama is.
Sorry.
Yeah, we used to be We used to be really bad with it, especially NFL. We both was football freaks, and we watched it religiously. Till all the stupid stuff started
That's
back in the
awesome.
day. We boycotted it too and don't watch, but we still try to keep up with our favorites. We try to.
I am that person. I am that person that when I'm watching a football game or sports game, I'm yelling at the TV.
That's me.
I'm the stupid one. When my anxiety gets up at the very end of it, especially with the Packers. Oh my gosh, they're like
Yeah.
heart attack freaking kings over there, and I'm waiting on them like this on the thing. Are they gonna make it or they're not gonna
The
make it?
comeback king, and then
Yeah, that was my late husband's favorite team was the Packers. He wouldn't watch any other football game, but when they were playing, it had to be on, or he had to be able to listen to it.
Before it started getting a lot more political than it was, or it is now. I used to watch it a whole lot more than I do now, but his favorite team is the Ravens, and mine's the Packers, and then my son's was the Giants.
I guess who got all the hell in the house when we was passing it back. It was William, because nobody liked New York anyway. So
no, I've never liked
Peyton.
Not Peyton.
Mine is Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Because
favorite.
I grew.
Yes.
Where I lived in Jersey, this Eagles Stadium was a 45-minute drive.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they were real close. I went to one Eagles game ever. My mom took me to that because at the time I was a huge fan of the Cowboys. But that changed when Troy Aikman left because it just went downhill from there.
Yeah. I love fig trees. I've got.
You should have got that one on video, Rick.
Said Ravens is my FC team, brother.
Love the Ravens, man.
That was horrible, Bamsy. I'm so sorry. So, my mom planted a Concord Grape vine here, and it's actually right at our chicken coop. And she planted it probably 15 years ago. And every year it gets grapes on it, but they never last long enough. Like last year, they didn't last long enough for me to get any grapes off of it to do jelly or anything because the birds ate them all. And then the stupid squirrels stole them and ate them. And it was just, I was so mad. I didn't get nothing off of the grapes last year.
That's what I've got out back. One of my grape plants is the one that's actually doing really well because they got the most sun.
Yeah.
Is my Concord grape. The one on the other side is Niagara. It's a green grape.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting wiring up this week to retrellis it because both of them are leafing out. And I want it to go upwards. And this fall, I'm going to trim it all back.
Yeah. I don't blame you. We need to trim ours back next year because it goes from one end of the chicken lot to the other end, all the way up above the chicken lot. It's like spidered in around, and then in the summertime, when they're bloomed, it casts all the shade that the chickens need really in the summertime. And then, but yeah, we got to get it cut back because it's going to overtake the fence before long with its branches and stuff. That's crazy, Rick.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
There's a video on YouTube of a guy that has the whole apiary. Everything is covered with Premier One, and he's got game cam of the bear. That's a pretty big bear. He keeps coming up, touching his nose to the fence, and it deters the bear for a while. But the crazy thing is, he's got another one on the right hand side of the bear, grabbing one of the vinyl fence posts that he had under the barn, and he walked and took the fence post and stood it up and let it fall on the Premier One. I don't know if the bear knew wood was conductive and not to use the wooden fence post because he had some of the round ones they use for barbed wire. But he got the fiber one and let it fall on top of the Premier One, and then walked on the log into the apiary. Went straight into the
wow.
But he did get it. The fence did work for at least 25 or 30 different videos of the bear getting hit with it on the nose. But I guess after so long of a time, he figured out how to get that. Which is it's a great video though.
When the cabins we used to take care of, they had a plot up there that they let one of the one of the caretakers used, and he put his bees out. That's where he put his bees out. And he had to put electric fences up because the bears would just come and sit at the electric fence looking for the honey out of the beehives. They would just sit there the whole time, just sitting at the way. It's like waiting for it to go off or there to be a power outage or something so they could get in there and tear them bees up. It was crazy.
Just hanging out, plotting, because I know
Then
that
Mama Bear had a baby bear, and we had a guest leave some meat in the trash bin, and the trash guy didn't come and get the trash quickly enough, and the daggone bear come and took the storeroom doors off and tore open the tray. You remember that? The trash cans, and there was like baby bear prints all over the porch and Big Mama Bear. It was crazy.
Yeah. There's another one called trash can thieves where two raccoons get a bar, or it's a piece of wood. It looks like a bar, and they wedge a door up and to get into the trash unit outside of an apartment complex. They got it on video. The two little burglars is taking a wedge and wedging the door open so they can get in the trash bin. It's so funny, man. They're smart.
He said people in sleeping bags are the soft tacos of bear world. The bear world.
Yeah, the people that just cover up and say, you know.
Oh yeah.
Terry, have you ever seen that movie?
A Hot Pocket.
What is it? Did you hear about the Morgans? It's got. It's got.
I've heard of it though.
Yes. Oh my God, you have to watch it. It's got the
Sarah Jessica Parker, and what's the other guy's name?
I don't know, but he's in 9 months. He's British. Something Grant? No.
Hugh Grant. I think.
Hugh Grant.
Oh
Okay.
my God. And it's got Sam Elliott. And anyway, the bear shows up, and Sarah Jessica Parker and Hugh Grant are from like New York City, right? And the reason they're out in Colorado is they witnessed a murder and they're in witness protection. Anyway, this bear shows up at the end of it when they're getting ready to go in the house. We love you. And
Red.
It was funny, so funny. He was trying to run in the house, and she done sprayed him in the face with bear spray. Hugh Grant, I think is his name, and Sarah Jessica Parker's on. Did you hear about the Morgans? That's the name of the movie.
I'll have to look it up.
And then it's got the mom from Step Brothers, Will Ferrell's mom on there. That's also another great movie. Good night, Red. I bet you are tired. Go get some rest. We'll get back to canning tomorrow. She's got a lot of canning meat, canning beef.
I know. Just our green beans wore me out with day.
I want to get one of the big, tall.
Yeah, I love it.
American
it's addictive, man. It'll take a lot out of you.
That does more. It does like 11 quarts, I think, at a time because you can stack them on top of each other.
And what we got?
That sucker is expensive though. It's like $500.
I know they are. I've got a 23 quart Presto, and I can double stack my pints. I'm not sure about the quarts. I think I could double stack them with that. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
But I know when we had those storms coming through, that when we were supposed to get that bad ice storm, I did all my canning in 3 days. I did like 60 jars of food in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
And I used that big canner, and most of it was pints. I did, like 30 quarts, and the rest were pints?
Yeah. That's
good. And out of all of them, I had 1 pint jar of my beef stew unsealed. And that was it.
That's good.
Yep.
I can do 8 quarts at a time, and it is a slow process.
Yeah, it's slow.
So slow, and it's so long. Takes so long. I think this year though, I want to try doing a lot more canning outside on the propane, on the gas. So that in the summertime, man, it gets so hot in here.
It's crazy hot
when you're canning. Because we live in a mobile home, and it's like a tin can when you turn the oven on. Even in the wintertime, like it will heat the house up to where the windows is fogged up from the inside. Like it's nuts.
That's this house. This house has no heating or air conditioning. During the winter, it's my big buddy propane heater. During the summer, it's 1 window air conditioner. But if I do any cooking, it's gotta be a short meal.
Yeah.
Or like if I do any canning, it's gotta be overnight because if I do it during the day, it's gonna be 100 degrees in my kitchen.
Absolutely.
And it will not cool down in this house.
Yeah.
And I told Darren, I said, because not long after we started talking and having feelings for each other, one night him and I did the thing where we played 20 questions and asked each other questions all night long.
Yeah.
And he asked me what my dream home was like, and I told him, and I said, well, one of the things, because since I started canning, the ultimate thing for me to have is one room for just canning and dehydrating.
Absolutely.
Because I want that to be for all my canning, my dehydrating. Because, yeah, I've got, 2 dehydrators. I've got my Ovation and my Nesco. But I want to get another dehydrator. And I definitely want to get a couple more canners. The first canner, my yellow canner, that was given to me by a woman in a canning group on Facebook. It was her grandmother's, then her mother's, her aunt's, and then hers.
Right.
And she goes, I've got these new canners, and this one's just sitting on the shelf. And it was at the time when I was dealing with Tony being sick with brain cancer, and it's like I would ask like 20 questions every 3 days because I needed to learn. So
Yeah.
she messaged me and said, I've got this canner. You want it? I was like, sure. So she sent that to me. She sent me some jars and some other stuff, and a couple other people sent me some stuff. And the first time I did canning, they said, whatever you do, don't do greens. For the first time. The first time I canned, I did carrots, green beans, and collard greens in one night.
How did your collard greens come out when you canned them?
Oh, I love them. Because what I did, I had gotten the one grocery store near me in the fall. They get the big bunches of collard greens, and they're like 2 to 3 feet long. They're huge.
Yeah.
And I had gotten like 4 or 5 bunches that time. And I cut them up, cleaned them up, chopped them up, and put them in bags and froze them. I had 7 quarts of collard greens, chopped collard greens, and 4 gallon
Wow.
bags full in my freezer. Half my freezer was gone because I had collard greens. So
wow.
when I went to can them, I took them out and I put them in a pot of water and let them thaw out.
Yeah.
And then I put them, when they come down to room temperature, I put them in the jars and put hot water in there. And they came out great. I loved them. My kids loved them, and they came out. The only thing my son said, he goes, if you're going to can collard greens, if they're not soft enough when you take them out to heat them up, let them cook longer so you can do them like when you would do them before, because I would let them simmer for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's how I like it. So I do that when I do my collard greens now.
Maybe that was my grandmother. My mom didn't can. She didn't can a whole lot of anything here and there. Mostly she worked all the time, but my grandmother did during harvest time. She was canning from sun up to sundown into the night. Great. Like she canned for the whole year because she was on a fixed income, and what she canned, she ate. Like that was all she had to eat. And she had 9 kids growing up, so they had a big old farm, and they did a lot of their own. And then the boys, they did the deer hunting, and that was their meat. And then the chickens. Lord, I've been slaughtering chickens since I was high to a grasshopper, probably Marley's age. I think 4 or 5 when I first started clucking chickens. After they were, killed, and then they went to the pot, and then the grown-ups did the stuff inside. But I can remember all of us kids out in the yard, and we had our
2-hour chicken floating.
the old daggone stainless steel bowls that our
Thank
grandmother
you. We
had.
really appreciate it, brother.
And we had hot
Really do.
boiling water
Thank you.
in there, and they would, when my cousins got the heads off, because that was their job. The older kids had to take the heads off, and then they brought them down to the younger kids, and then we put them in the boiling water and plucked the feathers out. And then those went into the house where my grandmother and everybody else was separating and putting in the jars and freezing and everything else. And then they went fishing, and we had catfish and whatever else that we did. And then Nanny always made homemade. Well, everything was always homemade from my grandmother's house. So it's fruit. She did a lot of fruit, and then what she didn't or was is like we didn't have a lot of fruit trees growing up or orchards or anything, but we did know people that had them, and Nanny she would go look for stuff. What is it, honey? Hey, baby. And then people would bring her stuff, and I can remember people don't do it anymore. My kids like complain when I tell them to do it, but when we break beans or we snap green beans, I'll always forever think of sitting on my grandmother's porch, because that was when our longest conversations were when we were working.
Yeah.
They're
doing that. Yep.
Kids today don't understand that it wasn't really even a chore. It was just a time you caught up and you were together. It was more communion than anything else. But they I guess kids today think of it more of as a chore than, I don't know. I grew up old. I was old before my time because I hung out with the older people. I got along better with the older people, having normal conversations.
That's how I was.
And it's like, have a good night. We love you. Happy birthday.
Thank y'all. Happy birthday again. Hope you and Donnie have a great weekend.
Absolutely, Amy. Absolutely. And when it was supper time, you went your butt to the table and you had dinner as a family.
Yes.
And the only time that was exempt was if the boys was out in the woods or they was at work and didn't come in till late, and you still fixed a plate, put it in the refrigerator, and they ate when they got home.
Yeah, especially Nanny's house. I miss Nanny's food. That woman can cook. Oh my Lord, she can cook.
She can.
It's like the only person I ever saw growing up do any kind of canning was my stepdad's mom. And I met her when I was 7, and she had this huge side garden. And that summer, God, I was 7 going on 8 that year. And they had half the garden it was like a 30 by 60 garden. Half of it was tomatoes because she would can the sauce, she would can the juice. The other stuff because it was her, my grandfather, and they had 6 kids growing up.
Yeah.
And my uncles would go hunting during the fall and winter.
Yeah.
Up in Michigan they had Lake Huron right there and the river, so they can go fishing all the time.
Absolutely.
And the only one I ever saw growing up that I ever knew was her that did canning. No one in my family did canning. I didn't know anyone that did. My grandfather did when I met him at 9, but his landlord did that. I didn't know anyone that did, so I had to learn it.
Yeah.
The hard way. For years, I tried to get my husband to be okay with me canning. He's like, no, you're going to make us sick. And the only thing that changed his mind about me doing it was watching videos from Deep South Homestead. And I was like, they do it by the guidelines. They do it by the rules and all this stuff. It's safe. As long as you follow them guidelines, it's safe.
Yeah.
And then I had to admit to him that the last 6 months before we left Jersey, half the time he was eating canned food because I would buy food, give it to a friend of mine to can it.
Yeah.
And she'd keep the jars at her house and drop stuff off for me so I can cook it up.
Yeah. Well.
And then, he goes, really? And I was like, all them new meals I was doing, that's home canned food I was giving to so-and-so so she can can it up for me.
Right.
And it was only then that he was okay with me doing it. And I love it. It's been, if I had the space here, trust me, I would have all kinds of jars filled up.
Yeah.
There's one thing Darren and I have always talked about. He goes, when we get our own place, there will be room to do all that canning. There will be room to have that extra storage for food and everything. Because I just don't have it here.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of storage either. Absolutely anti. So was I. I was the one that related to pretty much. I mean, I did kid stuff too, but I didn't either. I grew up quickly, I guess. So
I've always been the type, because my dad was an alcoholic, and I grew up going to bars whenever I was living with him, and not my mom. And so I was always around adults, so I could
Yeah.
relate better with adults than I could kids my own age.
yeah.
And
Go ahead.
so, I mean, I've always been the type that if be around the adults and tell them the old time stories. That's
Yeah.
me. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Miss Amy, have a good evening. We love you. Oh, you doing onions tomorrow? Beets and potatoes and onions this weekend. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we finally got our Walla Wallas out. We got like maybe 30 more of them things.
I got my Creoles.
They're going
and I got
Creole
my
Reds,
white
and yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We got to jump on the onions, but not everything else.
Are you going to share your video?
I think I'm gonna let Anti. We don't have a lot of channels in here as far as outdoor goes, and it's still private anyway. It's not public yet until we get a lot more stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna cue it up in a minute. Share.
Hey, Brian's lost. How are you tonight?
I'm Brian's lost.
Brian Lowe's.
Lowe's. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I say it wrong every
If Boone
time.
does too, it's funny. Me and Jules.
I'm sorry. Because my eye plays tricks on me. I miss every time. Are you? Go ahead and play it then.
Yeah, I'm trying to cue it up. I'm
Okay.
just let's see if I can do it right. And remember, we
Hey,
have to
Miss
say.
Boone.
Hey, Boone.
No worries, my love. It's okay. Was you watching the game? Okay.
Yeah, because we didn't go in and even tell nobody in group chat.
No, we forgot to. I didn't.
Okay,
Well, I already
Anti.
have my phone
So
anyway.
this ain't. It's still private, and like I said, we're making a new one. But
Just play it.
I gotta unmute it first because we can't be muted at the same time.
You gotta play it, I think.
Yes.
Have a good night, Miss Karen. You can go mute us. Oh yeah.
I read songs to the fish.
What is she doing?
I don't know what she's doing.
She's playing leapfrogs.
Anyway, that's it.
Leapfrogs to the house.
That's some big old fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been fishing
That
for a
last
long
one is the
time.
last time I went fishing, and Hendrix was in my belly on that picture. I remember
Yeah.
that because right after that picture was taken, a big storm came through, and I touched the stupid end of the electric fence trying to get out of the daggone fence because the storm was coming. I was trying to get in the car, and it poured down rain. I got shocked to crap. I don't do thunderstorms and lightning storms in the fishing. I just don't.
Oh, I don't either, and like I won't let my kids get a shower if it's thunder and lightning. If it's lightning out either.
Yeah, Anti. He was saying he was showing you the video.
Yeah, commercial. Yeah, a
I
little.
don't think he heard it, but he can
Either way,
rewind
I
it.
played it. It was fun.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make it live though. I think we're gonna let James get some more footage and make a better one.
Yeah.
But anyway, same concept, same everything for the lure company. It's gonna be tons of fun. And that was it for me. I guess I'm good if you are, because I've had a long day too.
I'm tired.
I got up before Red, and I'm still sitting here doing it live.
Listen, you did. You was up at like 4:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I snored so bad last night. My throat hurts today. Like I slept hard.
It was a good day though, man. It's nice
Yeah.
to get back out.
Usually I'm asleep right now. I've been falling asleep between 9 and 10 o'clock at night. Last night I told Darren I was going to bed at 10:30, and by 11:15 I was out cold.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm that person. Like I usually try to go as hard as I can during the day. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have to sit down, but try to go hard during the daytime. And then when I get in the bed, I'm done. My head's done. Gone.
She's done a lot. A lot of times she's done.
Yeah. I go to bed.
Well, it makes it hard when I get like that because there's times like with my job, the only hours that are available are in the middle of the night. And I can't do that because I can't stay awake. It's like the other night I told Darren, I said, I'm going to set my alarm for an hour. When I get up, I'll call you back. I didn't hear my alarm go off, and I did not talk to him till like 9 o'clock in the morning. I slept all night long.
I've done
and
that.
It's like the 25th. I start this class for customer service calls for Carnival Cruise Lines. It's a 6-week class.
Yeah.
It's morning classes, but I have to be able to maintain 25 hours a week for them, or that pay is going to go lower than what I wanted to.
Right. Went off. I thought that was me.
No, probably Darren messaging me. Yep, yeah. He just woke up.
Tell me I'll say hello. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we need one. That's what we got some really, really nice ones around here that's been abandoned.
Yeah.
It's this field's full of them. Like there's probably 30 of them big things. There's like 50 foot long, the big long.
I think it must have been a nursery or something.
We've been trying to get our
some kind of other grow type operation. They got shut down midstream or what? But there's a lot of hoop houses out there, and they are super long. They're probably 100 foot long, if not more.
Yeah, the small one we was trying to get, it's 50 foot.
Yeah.
Crazy, but we're trying. We gotta get anyway.
And your jammies, Boone? Really? I couldn't do that here. Too many people go by.
I do. I'm thankful where we live because I can go out there. Well, we're all from here anyway, so it don't matter. I can go out there.
You're on the boonies anyway.
Huh? Yeah.
You're on the boonies anyway.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we got neighbors though. They can see us.
Well, they're all family anyway. I consider them. Well, the one in front of us is like a brother, and then the one above us is my actual cousin. So.
Yeah, I go out in the jammy sometimes. My Santa Claus, candy cane, skull, and
pajama breeches.
Yeah.
He will not go outside without a shirt on there.
Ever.
No, he just don't. He don't care what, and I don't care if he's tiny or big. It doesn't matter.
It's still a greenhouse.
We know people like that too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, that's all the time around here. We got crazies that go by here. I don't know how on earth they can even think it's sane to go dressing out like that.
I don't know. Just a lot of people dress nowadays. My mother is dead and has been for a lot of years, and she would come out her grave and snatch me bald headed if I dressed half the way that some people dress.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. No. Miss Patty, have a good night, honey. I love you.
Patty.
Dun, dun,
Good night, Patty. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, glad to see you.
Thank everybody for coming in on this. Who knew we was going to do it live?
Yeah, I'm sorry if y'all hear Marley squealing. She does it randomly sometimes.
Yeah, the closer to bedtime.
No, she's fine.
That's fun.
I don't know what she was trying to be chased, but she couldn't find the hat to it, so she got mad and just ripped it all off. So, no. Listen, even if I lived out in the middle of nowhere, there are too many critters that get in the garden for me to be
exactly. No.
Yeah. No. And I'm really allergic to like the tomatoes.
Only for tips, ain't I?
I have to go out in the garden a lot of times, long pants and long shirts and gloves, because the stuff on the tomato, a lot of the stuff on the plants break my arms and hands out.
Like she gets okra itch really bad.
Yeah, I'll have hives all over me, so it wouldn't be good for me to do that.
I've had people tell me wear long sleeves when I go picking okra, but it don't bother me.
It doesn't at all. But it does me.
It does some people.
I break out in hives and a rash all over my arms and stuff. And then the tomatoes got me super bad last year. look like little ant bites all the way up my arm. Oh yeah, Michael does. He does butt naked farming, don't you, babe?
Only for tips.
I was on. Sometimes I get stuck on those Instagram reels. We're just watching those videos, and there was this farmer dude, and he had high heels on, and he was swinging around that pole. I about died laughing. He had high heels on, stiletto high heels, and his bibbed overalls, and he had like a lumberjack shirt on, but it was tied, back in the 80s style.
Oh, the belly style.
Yeah, right under the boot.
Was that part of the Chicken Mom series or the Chicken
I don't know,
Dad?
but that Chicken Dad series was funny as crap. They did a dad bod chicken calendar, and the guys had to do their boudoir dress up in their sexy outfits, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
with the chickens, it was funny. Anyway,
they had on overall straw hats, long or high heels, and holding their chickens, and it was
in their Daisy Duke.
yeah, it was.
That's funny.
If
Yeah.
you
I
ain't seen
can't
it,
picture that. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I couldn't do that. Nope.
I don't know if he ever ended up doing it or not, but yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
It's great because I didn't do it.
I would have bought your calendar. I would have bought your calendar.
One sold.
Yeah. Well,
You never know. There might be hundreds.
right? Obviously, there's a calling for it because
Mm-hmm.
calendars for it. So. The squirrel with thieves.
Mm-hmm.
We have one. We still got one left.
A squirrel.
But they're terrorizing the garden. We finally
Yes.
got.
They had a lot of my
them,
daggone. They ate all my strawberries last year, and even with bird netting completely surrounding my whole entire garden down
Messed up
there,
my plans for strawberry jam.
they ate everything. And then my mega marlies, they were eating the bottoms out of those and just throwing them down on the inside. I didn't even know how they got them.
My issue with my strawberries was slugs and roly-polies.
Yeah.
And it's like the last few years, not last year, but the couple years prior, I put all my bean seeds in. They'd all come up, and they all be getting their true leaves and doing great. And I'd go out the next day, and all the leaves be gone.
Yeah.
And it was the roly-polies, the slugs, because I stayed up one night, and I sat outside during the summer in the dark, and not one animal went in there. And off and on, I'd look out and I'd see a leaf disappearing.
Yeah.
It was the slugs, the roly-polies, and the grasshoppers.
I've heard people say that if you put a container, like a dish of beer in your garden, the slugs are attracted to it and they will go to it.
They don't go nowhere near the beer in my garden. I've tried it several times. They will not do it.
Oh.
I don't know why. Because the one barrel I have out back, last year I did it, and I put beer in mini soda bottles, and I had it almost to the top, and they went around it. I had the dirt going all the way to the top, so this way they could go down into it.
The woolly worm, right?
I don't know. There's a couple things I call a roly-poly. It may be those little beetle things that goes into a roly-poly when you
that rolls into a ball. It's a roly-poly or a pill bug.
Well, the woolly worms do the same thing. They're just more fuzzy.
Yeah, that's woolly worms, but they come out. They're not those little gray ones. They're covered in hair.
That's me, Brian. That's my.
I'm usually in
retired and work wardrobe.
T-shirt. Well, I like my leggings because I can.
Oh, I do too.
I like them. You could just, for me, they're easier to get around in than the blue jeans.
They are.
Blue jeans, they just trip you up sometimes when you're trying to bend over or squat or do something in the garden. You just, stupid things won't let you move the way they need to.
That needs to be on the 7 label, though.
Jeggings. Leggings and jeggings are my favorite thing to wear.
Yes. Sometimes I don't even want to put blue jeans on anymore because I used to not wear leggings, but where I clean all the time, when I clean, I won't wear anything but a pair of leggings because I can just it just frees up. So and they don't. I don't like wearing clothes when I clean like a lot of clothes because I don't like the chemicals.
And now you know why she's got so many points.
No, not like that, stupid. I wear t-shirts, but yeah, no. I don't know. It makes me feel that much more dirty.
Thank you,
when I have a
We
whole
sure
bunch of
appreciate your
stuff hanging on me while I'm cleaning. I don't know why. It's an irrational something. My brain is not.
She can move fast.
When I get cleaning, I will have either shorts on or my leggings, and I'll have a sport top and a tank top.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand wearing a shirt when I'm cleaning because it makes me feel closed in.
And it sucks.
It does.
Brian,
you got a video on that?
Let's see.
You said you heard.
I do mice hate cayenne pepper?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what we do.
Yeah, no.
We got a video on there.
Eat it here.
That's what we do. We use cayenne pepper in every hole for the moles and bowls. We ain't never tried to use it for mice. Not really.
I tell you what they do like, and that is because I set traps in the barn for the mice.
We use decon and professional flavoring.
Yeah, we use it actually was our vape
flavoring when we used to vape.
So you can use it in cake flavoring or whatever. But we pour that inside on some feet. Well, really, you just put it in there with nothing else, and they just are attracted to it.
Yeah.
Because we have to keep them. We have to keep catching them around the chickens.
I can't do the decon here because of my cat.
Yeah.
We had mice this year in the box that had my little ball jars, the ball vases that I'm going to use for the decoration in the wedding. They chewed a hole in the corner of that box and made nests out of them under my stove.
Yeah.
So I would put out traps and stuff for them, and I'd catch one here and there. And I went to the hardware store and I got glue traps. And in 2 days, I caught 6 mice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I had no others.
We had a neighbor that, the one right across the road, he cleaned out a bunch of scrap one year. And I guess he had wolf rats over there, and we got him over here. Girl, we put the glue traps out in the barns. And because that's where they flocked to was the barns, and we put them in there, and they would get on the glue traps, but then walk off with the daggone things. Like they would get 2 feet up in there, and then they walk off from it, and then they get it in a corner, wedge themselves, and then they pull all their hair out to get off of it.
I'm sorry.
Like, what the crap?
Well, do you know what Adam from Silhouette Park Farms did? He had the snap traps. And he made a thing to where he lined them up. There's like 10 of them next to each other, and that's what they had out in their barn. Because over there in Australia, they have...
Yeah, they're terrible.
They get these mouse and rat infestations, and he could be out in the field cutting, and you're seeing them jump over the... Oh, no!
Yeah.
And then when they're live streams, he sat down on their couch and sat on a mouse. It's like, no!
Yeah, they get them... What is it? They got kangaroo rat. That's the name of them. It's crazy because I was reading on the poison box in the in Walmart. I think we were in, and it said I was like, "What the crap is a kangaroo rat?" And then we got to talk. I was like, "Oh well, I guess it's in Australia." But yeah, I've seen some of those videos in some of even the commercial farms over there, and there's just hordes and hordes of rats. And Adam and Eddie was telling us about it too. Just how bad the rats were. It's rough.
A friend of mine, her husband goes out and gets like the metal trash cans.
Yeah.
And puts a hole in the lid, and he will put water and something else in there, and he'll fill it halfway up, and he'll have a ramp going up, and as they go in, he grabs them out and kills them.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, until peanut butter don't work so much here anymore because we've used it so much. So we go buy those refill squares from Decon. It comes in a big bag, like pound of seed or whatever. And we use 2 or 3 different types of vape juice flavoring or cake flavoring, something that they like. When they're kin to the moles, squirrels like that. So you use apple. We've used strawberry, and they go to it.
They love the green apple.
Yeah.
They do love the green apple.
So just get you some green apple cake flavor and drop it
I'll
on those
send you the
squares
link
when
of
it quits
where we
working.
get it from.
Because
where
they
we
won't
get our
need they won't need
flavor.
our regular decon anymore either. The green
No.
squares they knew they just stayed away from
They
it.
just get smart, I think.
Yeah.
After
So
a
we started
while.
using
They do.
flavoring.
And they won't take the same
They
bait.
can't stand it, man. They have to get the green apple.
And it's hard when you have chickens. Either way, they're going after the chicken feed or something. We keep our chicken feed in an airtight container, so
And everything they leave behind is not good for your chickens if they eat it.
No, so
Yeah.
you have to be really super careful with what you put out. So that is ridiculous, Miss Stephanie.
That's crazy.
They will. They sure enough will. They are a mess, and then once you get them, they're really hard to get rid of. Like, it's annoying, but it's a part of farm life too. So, you know.
Oh, I didn't even know I had mice. My cat would look in the kitchen, and he'd go over near the laundry room door. And one time my daughter was like, "Mom, I saw a mouse." I was like, "Honey, we don't have mice in here."
Right.
I was like, "Jack, they won't come in here because of Jack." And then one night,
Yeah.
I opened up my drawer for my silverware, and there was a mouse in there, and that's how I found out we had them. And I was like, no. The next night, I was gonna make bread, and there was a mouse on the counter, and jumped behind the back of the backslash of the counter. I was like, nope, I'm done. Not doing this. And that's when I started doing the glue traps and everything.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Ouch. Or if somebody lets a big field overgrow and then they mow it down, it seems like it just brings all the mice.
You take them on.
Oh yeah, I have to cut the back half of this property and the property next door because I don't want mice around because of it, and my landlord won't cut it.
Yeah, so funny story. We did that with the Irish Spring, and they ate the Irish Spring.
Yeah, they will.
They sure did eat it because we had heard the same thing. Put the Irish Spring out or put soap out, and we did it.
They left half a bar just to show us, look, it ain't gonna work.
And there was like big old chunks bit out.
Yeah, they'll eat it.
Yeah.
And neighbor did that here, and they ate all their soap.
Yeah. Every bit of it. I was like, what the heck?
It's almost like a smack in the face. Try something better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I want it a little bit and show you. It ain't going to do nothing to me. I'll even eat it.
They're a mess. They're a mess.
And the thing is, it takes forever to get rid of them, especially when you get one and they start breeding. It takes forever to get rid of them.
Yes. And what's so crazy is you wouldn't think in our neighborhood we would have any because there's like so many feral cats that live in our neighborhood.
Yes.
That, I mean, they're just running everywhere. And it's like, y'all need to do your job. Somebody needs to stop feeding y'all so much food.
Like he left his autograph. Screw yourself.
My neighbor across the street, him and his brother feed cats because they hang around over there. Between the two, there must be like 7 cats that hang around there. They're the best fed, fattest stray cats I've ever seen. They come over here all the time, and I was still getting mice. I've seen them outside, and it's like, no, I don't. You think, okay, they can come out here and catch them. They can have all the mice they want. As long as they don't go trying to chew their way into my house this spring.
Yeah.
And those are the best ones, Anti.
They just made a new movie with Tom and Jerry, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like that just came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I really need to catch it because I used to love watching it when I was younger.
You know, I started to let the kids watch that one day, and I'm pretty sure that's where Marley got some of her UFC moves from. So,
Tom and Jerry and all them older cartoons are the best, though.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
yes, they are.
I'd rather my kids love watching them, and like the older shows like Little House on the Prairie and stuff like that.
My
kids love it.
sometimes here. And then Michael doesn't watch the Waltons anymore because his mom is a huge Walton fan. Like she's
Oh my
seen
God,
it.
that's all we watched was that and Lassie and
Yeah, so
Little House on the Prairie.
he doesn't watch it here, but I'll watch it sometimes. But yeah, I like watching all the older stuff like the Boomerang Channel cartoons, like there and all that stuff. My kids are like, they're all like, okay, I'll watch it, but that's not their favorite. But shoot, I can remember getting up on Saturday mornings and waiting for that every Saturday morning, butt crack of dawn. So that is the truth, Brian. That is the truth. I'm telling you. Hungry cats will catch mice. They don't have a choice. They don't get no.
Y'all better be quiet. You ain't messing with my Michael Landon. I have to watch it.
But you know,
I'm like you've seen the same episode 25 times, Mama. Well, I might have missed something. Hush and let me watch.
That's what my uncle was.
And everything we got here has been addictive like that. We got rid of all the squirrels except for one. And at the very end, we had one strawberry left, and she was so proud of that big red strawberry.
It was almost ripe.
Oh, dude, come down the tree, and I was like, "Hey, that squirrel's coming out," because we was on the back porch, the back deck, and I was like, "That squirrel's going after the strawberry." So I go get one of the plastic fence stakes. I was going to scare him off, and he seen me
Mr.
coming.
Olympic wasn't here, was trying to jolt it or
So
whatever.
Instead of like running away and scaring him off, he goes faster toward the garden and grabs that last strawberry.
Looked at
I
me.
miss him and gets up on top of the tree and looks down at us while he's eating, holding the damn thing out like, "Hey, check us out, man. What you got?"
Yeah. Yeah. We had a big old groundhog out there too, and I mean it was big. It was as big as a daggone dog. And I missed it when I tried to get him, but
I'm still waiting for a freaking dirty note in the mailbox from him.
I got you strawberry.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Yeah. He's already out there. And then I couldn't keep bird seed in my bird feeder because he always stole it and eat it. Every bit of it. And I was having to
that's that one squirrel too, man.
And that squirrel got fat. Like he needed to go call Regina Craig. He got so fat. Like it was ridiculous. And I was
what is your squirrel proof bird feeder? It ain't shit to me.
Yeah. He didn't care.
He didn't care.
He'd get on that thing and it just a swinging
back and forth. He learned how to get on the clothesline and jump from there to the top. So it just,
and then go down. And the way I've got it on an eye hook, so it's made to swing back and forth. If he gets up there, he didn't care. That thing was just a swinging in the wind. He's in there just eating them dang sunflower seeds. Silly squirrel. And then he'd haul them, and I had sunflowers starting to grow right there at the dang end of the clothesline. Aw, that's sweet. Soap on the neck.
The first year here, because I have an oak tree and a pecan tree out front here, I hung a rope from one tree to the next, and I hung up a bird feeder. And some of the squirrels that were coming from the oak tree in the neighboring yard, somehow they figured out to go across that thin wire and down that other wire and get all my feed.
Oh yeah.
It's not wild anymore, Rick. I guarantee you.
Did you scoop it up?
She's probably already got it in the house. Taming it up.
What? Why do they plant them in any type of neighborhood? Why not take?
Some people like them, especially
Lazy Glenn and April. Y'all have a good night. Love you both. That was just
night, Glenn and April. April, did Glenn go? Did Glenn talk to the doctor?
Yeah, they've been kind of quiet tonight.
He wasn't feeling well the other night.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get him to go to ER because of his side.
Oh,
he had all of us worried about him. I got a message her. Okay.
Let's see. Brian says squirrels are very destructive critters.
Yes, yeah, and smart too. Are. You take away a water source and they'll just go straight up to the garden and drink water out of the tomatoes.
That's not good. I'm gonna have to come kick his butt and take him to the doctor.
He's gonna get a bunch of people going up there kicking his butt, dragging him to the doctor.
I'm telling you.
Tell him to stop being so damn stubborn.
Of course, I can't say as I blame him with our doctors and our ER around here, because our ER is one of those places that looks at you and says, "Oh, you be all right, going home," and they'll send you home without even knowing what's going on.
Or subscribe me a nerf pill for broke arm.
Yeah, it's so frustrating, so frustrating. Like they would when I was having so many issues with endometriosis and cyst rupture and things like that. It was just very disheartening going, because you go because you have a medical emergency, but then they treat you like you're doing something wrong for actually coming into the emergency room and getting treatment for something that is a condition. It's a legitimate condition. It's not made up in your brain and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how our doctors do a whole lot. And then they just send you home, you spend a lot of money and they tell you nothing. Like, well, it could be this or it could be that or it could be this or, just going home. And he's from that generation, especially in our area, that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like a few months ago here, because my coughing was so bad. My son and I sometimes will sit and watch like the ghost hunt. We'll watch like the Expedition Unknown shows and ghost hunting shows and stuff like that. Well, I sat in his room for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, coughing nonstop to where I was gasping for breath.
Oh,
and he goes, "Mom, call an ambulance." And I said, "You call him for me. I can't talk."
Yeah.
And he called him, and the EMTs didn't want to take me to the hospital because they said, "You're going to have a long wait." I said, "I need a treatment. I need to go."
Yeah.
So they got me up there, and the one waiting room had like 25 people. The room I was in had 6 people that had COVID symptoms, and when about a half hour later I got called back to get vitals and everything, the nurse practitioner that saw me, she goes, "Go home and go to urgent care tomorrow morning." She goes, "If you stay here, you're gonna have a 10 to 12 hour wait, and you got a higher chance of getting COVID waiting to be seen than you would going home." I was like, "Okay." So I walked home that night. It was like 45 degrees, and it felt great. And on my way home, my breathing got a lot better, and my chest didn't hurt. I didn't cough one time. I got home, and I called Darren. I said, "I'm home now." I said, "I walked home." He goes, "You did what?" I said, "I walked home." I said, "It's just a little over an hour, but I took my time." And I said, "My chest doesn't hurt. I'm breathing fine. I'm not coughing." And I didn't cough all night that night.
Wow.
Yes, Rick. And I'll tell you what, I think the rat terriers are fun to watch.
Is he the one with the bucket trick?
No, the other guy, he does ferreting.
Oh.
But there's like the rat terriers are fun to watch, but this guy uses ferrets and goes to these farms and catches them.
Absolutely,
that's fun to watch. That's a lot of fun. It's entertaining.
I had a rat terrier, but
she's so quick, dude.
She did not pick the skills up of hunting anything. My phone's ringing. Hold on a minute.
I just stumbled across it. I wasn't really looking for it. I think I might have been looking for something to tour that smart ass squirrel outside. But anyway, I found it where the rats, this dude would go to these farms that's really bad infested, the corn farms, and he had just like packs of ferrets with him, and he's got them in little brooder boxes on back of a truck like hunting dogs, and they listen. I mean, they're trained by name, but man,
that's crazy.
Those ferrets are so faster. It's a lot of fun, man, to watch it. It's really entertaining because they're quick, dude.
There's things I'll watch on YouTube that you don't think, or you'll get pulled into watching. And it's like my son and I used to watch some pimple popping videos, and you can't help but you get suckered into watching them.
It's showing it didn't. I like watching videos. I know I'm weird, but
there's these ones I've started watching. I guess they're over in China, and you'll see them they'll either use like the X-Acto knife or the tip of a needle.
Yeah.
Like the syringe needle, and they pop it and go. It's like, and I can't get myself away from it. It's crazy. I try.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy with some of the stuff. There was one woman. She was on there. That doc, what is her name? Dr. Pimple Popper or something.
Yep.
And there was this woman on there, and it looked. Michael don't. He can't do it. His stomach is like, no, I don't think so. Anyway,
I was
they
telling who
did
would
that.
watch it.
A lot of people do. That's why she's got her own TV show.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm saying people find it satisfying. And
It is. I don't know why.
It don't make
Anyway,
me sick. It's just
It is. It's weird, but it is. My son got me watching it. It's
And
addicting.
they took a needle and lanced this place in between this lady's fingers and then pressed down on it. And I'm gonna tell you, a daggone splinter come out her arm, her in the middle of her fingers like that long. And Dr.
Lord, no.
And she was like, I don't even know what that is. And all the working people, of course, on the farms was like, honey, that was a splinter. It ain't no big deal. You know, everybody's had them.
she said, what have you been feeding your face or something?
Yeah, what have you been in or something like that? It was just a splinter, that had been wedged in between the fingers. Speaking of splinters, I remember playing ball in elementary school, I think it was, and back in the day in the dugouts, the benches were wooden. And this girl, I don't know what in the world was going through her brain, but she slid down the bench. And oh my gosh, she had a splinter go in her leg like this. And she got up, and they had to call the ambulance on that poor girl. Like it skint and the splinter, what oh my gosh. I was like, what are you even doing?
Yes, it is. That's how I found it. I just stumbled on it.
Ferrets.
Ferrets or minks one, but it is so awesome to watch.
What? What are
Watching
they doing?
hunting rats on farms with ferrets and mink. Remember I used to watch that
You know what I think? Sorry.
It is
I'm so
crazy.
sorry, Shiny Quarter, because I really did forget to tell you this. The other day when I was going to the store at nighttime, there was a little red fox. I think it was red. It may not have been a red fox because it had a little black tail, black part of the end of its tail and black ear on its ears, but it ran right across the road in front of me. And we seen a weasel in the same area.
Weasel was in the middle of the road eating something and walked off across the road. He wasn't even running. Looked back at us like, yeah, you better get off my butt.
Yeah.
He was laying on the yellow line eating something.
I thought I was like,
we got to blow the horn out like it made him mad
for a second. Yeah, he side-eyed me all the way across the road.
He was like
I did something wrong. I was like, I thought it was an otter for a minute, and because I've never seen a weasel. Like I hear about them, but
I've never seen it in person.
No, in the wild, and it looked like an otter, and it was coming out of the water. But Michael's like, no, that's not an otter. We don't have those right here. It's the weasels. I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, they like chickens too. Those are the little dudes that can fit in.
I bet so, Brian.
Other stuff can't.
Speaking of, our dog did that one time. He chewed through the daggone AC wire, and
while it was on.
While it was on, sure did.
Really?
All the way through it. It didn't bother him, not one bit. He didn't. I guess because it had the GFCI on it. And it probably kicked off the power before he ever got all the way through it.
Yeah.
But
it has to be the only thing, or his has to be dead.
Yeah. It was we had gone for the day and he had dug his daggone kennel over to the cord across the floor. He had scooted it so bad and he got to that wire. He's a crazy dog anyway. God bless him.
You got adorable dogs.
Yeah, they're my babies. They're a mess though. They are. I'm a dog person through and through. I can do pretty much all animals. I can do cats, but Michael does not. He is very, very allergic to cats.
I love my cat. He followed me home a few years ago. He's my baby. If I'm not feeling well, he will lay on my stomach right next to my chest.
Aww.
And he will purr super hard.
I have a client that has 2 Maine Coon cats, and they are a trip.
Oh God, they're huge.
Yeah.
No.
Pasha is 100% Maine Coon, and then Squeakers is what his nickname is. Squeakers. He's like half and half Maine Coon cat, and Pasha is.
He's gonna bring the bone stuff back tomorrow.
Michael's messing with the daggone thing. But yeah, he's a very sassy cat. He pisses at me sometimes when I'm walking across the the floor, especially if I have to vacuum. He hates it when I vacuum, and he'll walk across there. But every day I have to go in and have to fold my coat up and put it at the corner of the door because that is where he lays while I clean the house. Like he'll go lay on my coat, like, okay, you're mine. This is my coat now. I'll rule you. And then sometimes he'll get up on the top part of the cabinets and just like hang down, like, "Hey, girl, what you doing? Like, what you doing down there?" He is a trip. I love him so much, but he's very sassy. He's the sassiest cat ever.
Well,
But he is huge. He's as big as
Amanda asked me the other day. She goes, "When Darren moves over here and Bobby's here and Jack gets used to him, can I get a small dog for me?"
Oh,
I was like, "We'll see."
yeah,
And she was the type of dog she was looking at. It's called a Bichon Frise.
yes.
They're not cheap dogs.
Oh no, they're not. No.
But what Darren wants to do is get a female Coolie after he moves over here and breed Bobby with a female. And we sell the puppies.
Yeah.
And I was like, we'll see. We will definitely see about you getting a dog. I don't know about the size yet, but we'll see.
Yeah. I think for her, a calm dog would be like the best. She kind of reminds me of Marley. Marley loves dogs, but she doesn't like dogs that are hyper and in her face and moving around a whole lot. She just likes them to lay there and kind of let her do her thing with them, and then she's good. She likes. My sister has a little dog. One's a Shih Tzu, and then one, I don't even know what she is, but she just had puppies. And Marley, we went over there and they were there, and she got the puppy and went and climbed up in the bed and was just laying down with it, had it covered up with the blanket. And like she likes Beast, but Beast is a little too hyper for her. And so she's like, all right, I'm out. I'm done. You just go lay down, do your own thing over there. But now Tuesday, she likes to lay with Tuesday because Tuesday is still, and she just kind of lays there, and she knows Marley. You know, she'll just let Marley lay on her, and she's the only person that she will ever. Marley's the only person that can touch her feet or
Real-time
do anything
catfishing.
like
What's
that.
going
And
on?
Tuesday usually just moves her, wherever she needs to with her big old head, because she's about the size of a dang small horse anyway. So she just moved Marley, but they have a pretty good relationship. But yeah, Marley don't like the hyper dogs. She's like, okay, nope, you won't.
My mother-in-law has a teacup poodle.
Aw.
And when we were staying with her for a couple weeks before we moved down here, that dog would curl up on the floor next to my daughter every night and go sleep with my daughter. And so my daughter fell in love with the small dogs.
Yeah.
With Jack, because he followed me home in 2017, and he's been like my glue ever since, because I brought him in, I cleaned him up, I made sure he had food and water, and I can't go nowhere without this cat following me.
Yeah.
And my daughter's forever trying to get Jack to go lay with her. He won't.
Yeah.
He won't. I have to physically lay on the bed in order for him to get up on the bed and lay there.
Yeah.
But every night he's in here, he's always within 10 feet of me. Always. I could be in the kitchen and he's in there. As long as he can hear me and see me.
Yeah.
If he's not in there, he's fine.
Yeah.
But every night he's always either on me, next to me, or between my legs.
I think cats are like one main person animals. Like they tolerate everybody in the house, but I think they like one certain person. With my experience anyway, because all of our cats growing up, they were the same way. Like they had one certain person that they liked. Like that was their person, and they attached themselves to whichever girl they were.
Yeah.
And even now when my adult clients have cats, it's the same way. Like they'll tolerate the spouse, but you can really tell who they belong to. Like they are that person. Whereas dogs are just like, whatever, touch me, feel me, I need attention, and I like dogs. So hey, real-time catfishing.
I've already told Darren, I said, you may lose Bobby when you get here. Because with Amanda, with her anxieties and her autism,
Yeah.
She may have a best friend and have a bedmate because she's got half a bed that does not get slept on, and I can guarantee that dog's gonna have half a bed to sleep on with her.
Probably. And I think it's good for him too. I think it helps him a whole lot.
Well, Bobby's mom was a small dog. Darren sent me a picture of what she looked like.
Yeah.
And she's a purebred Coolie, but she's small. That's what his dog's mom looks like.
Oh, she's tiny.
She's adorable, but she's small. So he's not that big of a dog. He's bigger than her.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby's pretty. I like him. He's a really cool dog.
And this is a set of puppies that he was, oh darn it, that he was the daddy to.
Oh, they're
beautiful. I know. I can't wait to get breeding him. It's going to be hard to give them puppies up.
Right?
I love animals. I'm a huge animal freak.
Yeah, if I could take them all in, I would. But every time I bring a new animal home, I get the 3-name call. So I don't bring any more animals home.
Hi, Ginger Ninja.
How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hadn't heard from you in a while.
I ain't seen her in a long while.
I got banned from bringing animals home. No more. So, because growing up, I would bring a stray dog home all the time. Every other week, I'd be bringing something home. I am not lying.
I'm glad my son does not do that.
Now I'm like, do I really need it? Do I really have the time to take care of it and that it deserves? And no, I do not. No, let me just answer that question. No, I don't. I have to follow Marley around, and that's enough for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. She keeps you busy, that's for sure.
Oh, you are not lying. My sister and I was talking about that today. I said, she is that child that you have to helicopter, because if you do not, oh my gosh, stuff that child can get into within 5 seconds.
More or less drone.
I'm talking about nuclear meltdown in the house, or she has no concept of danger at all. Like, there's no concept of danger. She does not care. She's ready to do it, and she will do it. So you have to just, somebody has to be with her 24/7.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well,
pick it up.
Sometime in the next few months, hopefully. It'll probably be during the summer. I will be getting done her stuffed animal that I'm doing for her.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be a small stuffed animal.
Oh, she's going to love it.
I've already ordered the yarn and the filling for it. I'm just waiting on it to come in.
Oh, she's going to love it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you, Ginger. I don't.
I do that a lot. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people like I watch a whole entire live stream. They don't even know I watch.
Yeah.
I just because I'm sometimes just
I'm
too
not.
busy.
I'm actually not that person. I'll have to say, hey, so.
That's why when I do
to a bunch of people while I'm working, so I just let them play.
Well, then, yeah. If I'm
when I do live streams, I tell them, I say, if there's any lurkers, I love you and thank you for being here, because I always have lurkers, always.
Yeah. I mean, and people are busy. I mean, they don't have time to chat, you know, especially now it's gardening season.
Oh, I know.
It's hard for us to even get in on the chat. So a lot of times what we'll do is we just put them on and we'll listen to you. Like when I'm driving, I do, or while I'm cleaning, I'll put it in my ears on the earbuds and I'll listen. But I can't type or chat or anything. And especially if I'm working, because then I want to start up a whole conversation, and the next thing I know, I'll waste 30 minutes in the bathroom trying to talk and chat, trying to be working. So
it's like there's channels that I may not go to their live streams anymore, but they do get watch time from me.
Yeah.
And there's places I used to go that it's like when you know how like when you get that feeling like you're not wanted there?
Yes.
You stop going. Yeah, that's for a few places. That's why part of the reason why I stopped going to them, because And I've talked to them about it. It's like, well, you're making me feel like I wasn't even welcome there.
Yeah.
So I stopped coming. I said, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop supporting you. I'm just not going to come up on your panel or chat anymore because I'm not going to.
I appreciate for all that. Just be where you're happy and love you and want you. That's all you can do. And if they don't want to watch you, they don't want to watch you. There's going to be people like that all the time.
Oh, I know.
You just have to.
And it's like I was at a live stream tonight, and me and a friend of mine, because he uses seed start mix that another YouTuber started up, and we were chatting about it. And the people's channel we were in, they're friends of both of us. Apparently they were getting mad. Well, he was getting mad that we were talking about this. It's like, why would you not want to have someone share their experience?
Yeah.
For working for them, if you're so big on community, why get mad about it?
Yeah. I don't know. People get so uptight over small little things anymore.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I do sometimes.
Yep.
After it's over with, I go back and leave a comment under the live, let them know I did watch.
Usually, if I'm in there,
it's just if we're busy.
Yeah, I just say I'm here, but I'm working. I'm listening. I usually at least try to say that somewhere in there so they'll know I'm there. But sometimes I get distracted because I have ADHD. Again, I will be in your live stream trying to chat with you while I'm supposed to be in there cleaning in a house, and I get behind. So I have to manage my time very carefully when I'm working, and I a lot of times anymore, like here of recent, it's been really super bad as a distraction. So I'll leave it in one room while I'm cleaning, so I'm not picking it up because it does go off quite a bit during the day with. I have like 10 emails on there that comes through, and then a lot of different things, and it's constantly going off, and it's crazy. I'll get distracted, so I have to.
Okay, so let me ask you this. With your ADHD, what do you find helps you focus more when you've got a lot going on?
Cannabis. CBD, whatever, Delta 8. I use that a lot. And I use sticky notes. I find that if I make a list of the things I need to complete and I have it in front of me and I can go down that list, I can get through my stuff easier and faster and not getting distracted. And I have to really focus on the things that do distract me. Like I will sit down and have a conversation with somebody a lot, or the phone is a big distraction for me. But if I stay on task and I keep repeating my list of what I've got to get done, then it goes by a lot more smoothly. But here in the house, it's like utter complete chaos sometimes because I will be doing one thing and then I'll run to do another thing. Like tonight, I had to we were watering plants, but I was also trying to start supper. And I forgot I was starting supper after I'd already cut the meat up. And I come in here to help water plants. And I was like, I got to go in here. I got to finish starting supper. We're not ever going to eat on time. So, yeah. It's
because he has ADHD. And there's times I try to find things that I think may help him.
Yeah. And
it's like, okay, I have him try it and it doesn't work.
Yeah. I think therapy is huge because I didn't learn. I mean, when we were little, ADHD was not a thing. You just got your hind end busted and was told to stop acting crazy. And which didn't work for me. Because I can remember even as a child, like my mother was like, "Will you stand still?" And I would be just like bouncing in place all the time, just bouncing all the time. I wish I had some of that energy now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know.
And even now, like I find,
Mommy.
Did it go dead?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll fix it. Even now, if I don't stay busy all the time, like doing something, my brain is like, you got to get this done. Got to go. And I have to really, if I'm going to rest, I have to sit down and say, okay, I'm not going to do that. I've got time. I can get it done, but it is a struggle.
And we had to have to go.
Yeah.
And it's like at night when he's going to sleep, he can't go to sleep when it's quiet.
Yeah.
He'll go to sleep with either TikTok going or the TV going, and it's YouTube. And I don't know how many times I've gone in there and turned the TV off or turned it down because I can't sleep because I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
And it'll wake him up. And it's like,
Okay.
it's frustrating, but I know it helps him.
So for me, when I go to sleep, I like to have the fan on or the TV on or something. My son was on medicine. They had him on, it's a slow release Ritalin for years, and it made a huge difference. He went from making D's and F's to A's, all A's in school, and he could actually
Awesome.
all of his stuff. But then as he got older, he did not like the side effects of the medicine, because it would also suppress his appetite. He would not be hungry. And then he has had children on ADHD medicine that would make the depression and anxiety a lot worse, and even suicidal, thoughts and things like that. And which is super scary as a parent of a child that is going through things like that. And then it is a side effect of the medication, and you have to go off of it, but you can't go off of it cold turkey because that's even worse than being, off of it at any given time. And then there's so many different kinds of medications that that they have. I think for me, they have a brand of vitamins now that are out, and you can get them at like Walmart, and it's called, they're OLLY is the brand. And they have vitamins for literally, it's not even vitamins really, it's gummies, but they're herbs. Old timey herbs and holistic solutions. And one is called mood something, and it's supposed to help focus and suppress your mood, your anxiety, and calm you down and stuff like that. But it's roots and herbal medicines and stuff like that they're combined and putting into gummies. I think we're gonna try that.
I got it.
You want it? You got it.
I got it.
Van Marley is that way. It has to be dark and to have ocean sounds on for her to calm down, and it has to be, nobody can be in the room, nobody can be doing anything, it has to be calm, it has to be quiet, and nobody can move. And then she'll slowly slow down after she's rolled over me like a daggone tank 55 times, and then she'll slowly calm herself down. I've got to get her.
Yep.
It's like with my son and even my daughter will get hyper and she'll be up all night pacing all over. And the biggest thing for her is this stuff, melatonin. And I'll give her some of that, and there's times it'll knock her out within half hour, and other times it'll make her more hyper. And I've actually used it for me, but for that one, have I snuck it to him before? Yes, and he knows it. Did he like the fact that I snuck it to him?
Snuck what into my what?
Melatonin into your drinks.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, he don't like that.
For Marley, we tried melatonin, and for Hendrix, but they both can't take it because it gives them really bad night terrors.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they wake up screaming. And for Marley, like if she can take it once, like one time, if she needs it to help because we have to regulate her sleep patterns because
I'm feeling all my class.
And so she can take it one day, but then if she takes it 2 days in a row, she'll wake up in night terrors, and it's an hour and a half of just screaming because she doesn't have any idea where we're at or where she's at or what's going on, and she's just in a panic. So
you're not feeling well. No, you're not. You're doing good.
Yeah, come here. You can come right here and say hi.
All right, y'all. Looks like Marley's out of the phone tab, and we're gonna have to go because she's rampant in the house. So
yeah,
it's about time for us to go
midnight
chase
here
her down.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12:30.
I'm failing 2 of my classes.
So we're still doing the 1,000 sub giveaway.
You're gonna get smacked in the head.
Everything goes kosher, but anyway. We'll get it done again.
Hi.
It's silly. Hemi has the best facial expressions. He photobombs all the photos with his facial expressions. It's crazy. You ready
Right,
Does
to
Brian.
he have a favorite stuffed animal or no? Or an animal he likes?
What's your favorite animal?
Snake.
Oh God, yeah, he's on the snake kick of snakes. He
Okay.
wants it. I'm like, no, no, thank you. I don't want one of those in the house.
I'm trying
No.
to get her to get me a ferret.
Yeah, or a ferret.
That's
But
Good night,
I'm afraid the
Steph.
dog will eat it. So
Good night,
I
Boone. Love you, sweet
thank
lady.
God I'm a ferret.
Good night, Rick. Good night, Anti.
Did you say good night to Stephanie?
I did. Steph was the
You tell
first
them all
one.
good night. So have
Yeah,
a
I
good
know.
night.
I drink the water.
And everybody else that,
Yes.
That's
Good
how we
night,
became
everyone.
We love everybody. Have a good night. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah. We'll let you know when the giveaway comes. We'll have seed and some lures and
Yeah.
paintings or whatever. We're still going to do it. We're just going to have time to plan it out, not do some spontaneous.
Absolutely.
We
And
will see
we're
you
out.
guys
So.
later. Yeah. We're going to bed. Good night, y'all.
Love
Thank you
you
for
all.
coming in.
He
Bye.
makes